Now it's case number 29 on the calendar in the matter of Lang versus Fennell.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have a seat.
Miss Lang, how did you find the defendant who was hired to dog sit for your 3 dogs?
He was my massage therapist at the local gym.
Had he ever dog sat for you before?
No.
When did you hire him?
Valentine's Day.
And how long was he supposed to take care of the dogs?
5 nights.
He wasn't sleeping at your house?
Yes, he was.
He was supposed to sleep at your house? And feed them and walk them?
Yes.
And there was an accident in your house because he came in one day and this little guy darted out, ran into the street and got hit by a car. And you want Mr. Fennell to be responsible for all the vet bills, which were thousands of dollars.
Yes.
On what day was the accident, Miss Lang? Do you know?
It was Monday. We left Sunday, and it was Monday.
So that...
February 15th. And I don't even know, Judge, if that's what happened. I wasn't there, and there's no driver's license, no driver.
Well, that's what he says happened.
That's what he says.
You don't think he hurt the dog on purpose?
I don't know.
Well, that would be ridiculous. You want to take the dog outside, please? Mr. Fennell, what time did you start working on February 14th?
We went there, I went there in the morning, fed the dogs, and then at night refed them. I wasn't supposed to spend the night there. It was just morning and night, feed them, go in, and pet them. And that's what she said she wanted.
No.
That is what she said.
No, he was
okay.
spending the night there.
That wasn't our agreement, but...
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Okay.
On the 15th of February, what time did you get to the house?
We, you know, I don't know the exact time. Me and my mom went to the beach, and...
well, you had to go there in the morning.
Well, yeah, I got there in the morning.
What time did you get there in the morning?
Probably...
Is not an answer. Stand up, please. You're his mother?
Yes.
Move over there, Miss. And your last name is?
Parks.
What time did he get to your house on February 15th?
The 15th, he came probably about 11. We went to the beach.
11 a.m.?
Yep.
Listen to me very carefully. Did you have a discussion about his job dog sitting?
Yes.
What did you talk about on February 15th with regard to his job dog sitting?
That he needed to go and feed the dogs after we returned from the beach.
What time?
Probably about 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there.
And after he fed the dogs, where were you going?
Back to my house, and he was going to have dinner at my house.
What time had you fed the dogs, Mr. Fennell, that morning?
Probably 9 or 10, somewhere in there.
And according to your statement, it was your agreement with Miss Lang to feed and walk the dogs twice a day.
No walking. I was supposed to go over there, feed the dogs twice a day. She said go in, pet them. That's about it.
Are you a moron?
No, I'm not.
Who was supposed to walk the dogs?
She has a dog walker that comes once a day.
Are you trying to tell me that this rather intelligent lady was going to let her dogs be walked once a day for 4 days?
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
She actually lets them go to the bathroom in the house. They defecate and urinate all over the house. She told me to leave the urination and the there, and the maid comes once a week to clean it. That is exactly what happened. It's absolutely disgusting. I had to go by.
One more no.
Sorry.
And I'm just going to dismiss your case without any... I may dismiss it anyway, but this way you won't get a fair shake.
Right.
Do you understand?
I do.
Your Honor, I had to go get Vicks Vapor Rub to walk into her house. It was absolutely disgusting. The smell was horrific.
How much was she paying you a day?
She was... I got...
No, that requires just an amount, sir. Not looking up at the ceiling. How much were you being paid a day?
$550 for the entire time.
And how many days was that?
I think it was 7 altogether, or 6 or 7.
February 14th to what date?
I don't remember the exact date.
Well, think carefully.
It's in the statement. I don't remember the exact date.
You wrote it in your answer?
Correct.
But you don't remember as you're standing here today? Do you suffer from dementia?
Not at all.
Do you suffer from any other physiological disability?
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
I am 25 years old.
And this happened in 2010?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
How many other dogs have you been involved with that were hit by a car?
None.
Very good. Then you should remember. How many days were you supposed to take care of her dogs? February 14th until when?
6 days, I believe.
The 20th, then.
Well, yeah, the 20th. I don't remember the exact date.
He's an idiot.
Thank you.
I want to tell you something. Not only is he an idiot, but he's an idiot and a liar.
Really?
Yes. He's an idiot and a liar, and I'm going to tell you why. Because nobody hires 2 people.
2 people?
Shut up. Nobody hires 2 people, a dog walker and somebody else.
She did.
For 5...
An idiot.
Why don't you pay attention to the sentence? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Nobody pays two people, a dog walker and him, and he was getting $100 a day to go into the house, pour food, according to him, twice a day. That's what he said, for $100 a day.
That's correct.
And in addition, pay somebody to walk them once a day.
An idiot might do that.
No, an
They actually
idiot.
would.
An idiot would think that someone of my intellect would believe your story. I don't
And
think
why-
you went
why do
there.
you say, why do you say that it's not?
I don't think you went there in the morning, sir.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yes.
Because I'm smart, and because I'm watching your face, and because after 35 years, I can tell when somebody is lying and when somebody's not. And I'm telling you, you didn't go there to feed the dogs. Hey,
What did I do
shut up and listen. Before you went to your mother's to pick her up for the beach, you did not go there to feed the dogs at 11 in the morning.
Okay.
Because then you wouldn't have gone back there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's ridiculous and stupid. Now, if you said to me, I went there at 8 o'clock in the morning and I let them out, and I let them out at 6 in the evening, and then she has somebody else who comes at 12 o'clock to walk them, I may say, you know what, that may be normal. But that's not what you did. You slept probably until 10 o'clock, then you went and picked up your mother and said, now I got to go feed the dogs. But that's not what you said happened. You said that you went there and fed the dogs before you went to pick up your mother. That's a lot of baloney. You went there once at 3 o'clock.
I went there twice.
I don't believe you. How's that?
That's fine.
And I don't believe your story. That doesn't mean you're necessarily responsible for what happened to the dogs. It just means you're an irresponsible idiot. But so is she.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
My children could at least tell me if somebody was doing something wrong to them. Your dogs can't tell you. This idiot only showed up once every 2 days to feed me.
And later today,
She couldn't afford to pay you because Rocky wasn't back to work yet.
There were prospects of him going
I
back
don't
to
care
work.
prospects.
Okay.
I had prospects when I was 17 of being 5'4". It never panned out for me.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sasha Lang claims pet sitter Taylor Fennell is responsible for her dog getting hit by a car.
Now, a massage therapist who has no experience with her dog should not be responsible for 3 dogs over 5 days. First, you see whether or not you're a responsible person. You try you out for a while. I have 2 dogs. I put people who take care of my dogs through the ringer, more than I did for my children, because my children could at least tell me if somebody was doing something wrong to them. Your dogs can't. Your dogs can't tell you. This idiot only showed up once every 2 days to feed me and never took me out. Your dogs can't tell you that, but that's her responsibility. And ultimately, she's going to be responsible because you're not responsible for the accident that happened with her dog.
Thank you.
You're still an idiot.
Dean's
You're
list.
an idiot.
Dean's list at LMU, I wouldn't call myself an idiot.
You are an idiot.
Your opinion, that's fine.
That's my opinion. That's the only one that counts here. You didn't take good care of your children like a good mother. You left your children with somebody irresponsible. You didn't vet the person that you were leaving your children with.
Right,
You
but
left.
we knew each other.
I don't care whether you
For
knew
over a
whether you
year.
know each other.
And he was
You
supposed
may
to
know
sleep
Dr.
there.
Kevorkian, and you wouldn't leave him with your sick relative.
And in
Now-
all honesty, it was my first experience with house sitting, and I called on someone that I
Listen to me
trusted.
very carefully. Then evidently your judgment stinks.
It did.
Then what are you bothering me for?
Well, because I have an injured dog, and
That's your baby, and you didn't take care of your baby. You left your baby with somebody who was an irresponsible baby.
By the way, he was supposed to be sleeping there.
He was an irresponsible baby who you didn't vet
And his mother
first.
was not invited to my house.
And I want to
never
tell you
came in
something.
your
I want to
house.
say
She did come
something.
into
I
my
don't
house.
care about
it.
his mother. He's an irresponsible baby.
His mother told the vet to euthanize my dog.
Listen
That's
to me.
completely untrue.
No, I
This is
didn't.
what the vet told me.
Listen
I
to
did
me.
not.
It's,
She
first
was
of-
there.
Hey,
That's
your case is
ridiculous.
dismissed because you can't shut up.
Sorry.
I was going to allow you to speak, but you can't interrupt me, and you can't
Okay.
tell me what the vet told you, because that's hearsay, and this case has really nothing to do with his mother, only so that I can get some information from him, so I was satisfied
Right.
that her kid is full of baloney.
Right.
Still doesn't alter the fact that he's not responsible for your children's medical bills. You are. Unless you can establish to my satisfaction that he did something purposefully to the dog, which you can't because you don't know how it happened.
I don't.
He says he opened the dog ran out, and the dog got hit by a car.
But we don't know.
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. The only injured person here is your dog, and your dog was injured because you did not vet the care provider good enough, and you allowed someone who was irresponsible to take care of your children.
But he's laughing.
You should have seen that before. That's your business.
I did not see this side of him, honestly.
Well, what do you want from me? What do you want from the courts? If you didn't see that side of him, if you didn't see that he's an idiot, and if you didn't see that he's irresponsible, and if you didn't vet him sufficiently and say to him, I'm going to pay you $100 a day, but you're going to come over to my house for a couple of afternoons, and I'm going to see how you take care of the dogs and how you interact with them, and we're going to go over a routine, and I'm going to give you a written schedule, and you're going to sign that schedule. This is when you're going to be there. This is when you're going to leave. This is when you're going to take them out. This is when you're going to feed them. And unless you choose to take care of, show me the paper.
No, we didn't sign anything, but
Goodbye,
that's exactly...
Miss Lang. Take care of your own babies.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think Taylor is an idiot, and he's a liar.
Her dog got hurt, and she's trying to blame me for her dog's injuries, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
The vet said that she would not re-release the dog back to Taylor and his mother because they were totally unempathetic.
We were horrified.
I feel sick to my stomach.
It was really a scary experience for us, actually.
I really am nauseous.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Anderson versus Manson. Step forward, please.
Erin Anderson is suing her former friend, Samantha Manson, for loans to pay her bills and for a trip to Las Vegas.
Miss Anderson, you and the defendant were good friends, according to what I read in the complaint and the answer. And about 2 years ago, you claim you made a loan to her.
Yes.
The amount of $2,000.
Correct.
And you claim a subsequent loan within the last year or so. Miss Manson says that you were a generous friend, both were gifts, and you had a falling out over some
That's
nonsense, but she doesn't owe you any money.
Correct.
So I have some questions.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There are certain truisms that you try to teach to your own children.
Right.
And one of them is, if you lend a friend money, you lose your money and you lose your friend.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Erin Anderson says former friend Samantha Manson owes for 2 separate loans.
Now, tell me the circumstances surrounding this first loan. First, when was it?
It was October 20th, 2008.
Did you give her money by check or cash?
Check, and I have a copy of the check as well.
I'd like to see it.
Sure. It was for unpaid bills that she was very behind on.
How did you know that?
She told me. She
Where
asked
was
me
she
for the
when
money.
she told you that?
We were at her house.
And she said what? And you said what?
She said that I'm very behind on my bills. My landlord keeps calling, and I need money to pay my bills. She was behind on her electric, water, gas, everything for her shop. She was behind on.
What kind of shop?
She owns a salon.
Hair salon?
Uh-huh.
What kind of work were you doing in October of 2008?
I was a medical assistant.
Who were you living with?
My husband.
Have
and my
children?
daughter. Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
She's almost 11.
And both you and your husband work?
Yes.
And you have a hair salon?
I do.
And who do you live with?
My husband.
And what does he do?
He is working now. Not at this time. He was not.
In 2008, he was not?
No.
October. What kind of work does he do?
Mill work.
When was the last time he worked in 2008?
Maybe January.
So at that point, you were supporting the family on your income from the salon.
Yes.
But now he's working.
Yes.
So now you have 2 incomes.
We do.
When did he go back to work?
He went back to work last February.
Tell me how it came about that she gave you the money in October of 2008.
I had asked her to come over and help me do a budget. At that time, my husband was not working. I was the only income, and I wasn't doing very well. She, however, is really good with money. So I asked her to please help me figure out a way to get everything paid but still be able to live. Okay, cool. We were best friends. So she came over, we talked about it, we had a great, great afternoon. She said to me, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some money. And I said, Erin, that is not why I asked you over here. I can't take it because
That's
you
not
know.
true, Your Honor.
Shh. We'll get back to you. Go ahead.
Because you know I cannot pay you back. Obviously, looking at my budget, there was no
Well, you
way.
certainly couldn't pay her back then, Miss Manson.
Right.
But I assumed that you had hopes of your husband starting to work
Absolutely.
so that you would once again be in a position to take care of your bills, take care of your responsibilities, and somehow start to pay her back money that she gave you when you needed it, when you were in a pinch.
Right.
Right. That's what friends do.
Right.
They help you out if you're in a pinch, but with the expectation that when you're not in a pinch anymore, you pay back the money. Go ahead.
I did her hair for free and her daughter's for 3.5 years. I didn't charge her.
She did not for 3.5 years.
Starting when?
The time
you tell me you were best friends. So
Yeah.
best friends would ordinarily take care of each other's hair. But starting when did you start to take care of her hair and her daughter's hair free?
Thursday, September of '08 is when I started documenting.
September of '08
Is when I
is when you started to document it. Well, that's interesting because that would have meant that you anticipated this gift a month before you got the money. Do you understand what I mean?
I do.
Good. Now, did she ever give you back any money?
She never gave me any money.
When did she tell you she would start paying you back?
In the beginning of 2009, she would start making $200 a month payments. And I said that was fine because Christmas was coming up. That was fine with me.
What happened in the beginning of 2009?
Nothing.
Did you discuss it with her?
Yes, over and over. We discussed it with her and her husband as well.
And what was her response?
That she would start paying, but that Rocky hadn't gone back to work yet, so maybe next month. And so we were friends, so I was like, that's fine.
Now that I understand. What I don't understand is this then second alleged loan.
Right.
Because the second alleged loan was for a trip to Vegas.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be a little more troublesome for me.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, when was the trip to Vegas?
The trip to Vegas wasn't until September, but we booked it at the beginning
of
'09. But we booked it at the beginning of the year.
When in the beginning of the year did you book it?
The third month.
Well, the third month would be March.
Correct.
And she hadn't paid you in January.
No.
And she hadn't paid you in February.
Correct.
And you would have had discussions ongoing with her.
Correct.
That she couldn't afford to pay you because, what's your husband's name?
Rocky.
Rocky wasn't back to work yet.
There were prospects of him going
I
back
don't
to
care
work.
prospects.
Okay.
I had prospects when I was 17 of being 5'4". It never panned out for me. So January and February, you did not get any money, and then you all decided to take a vacation.
Correct.
And you fronted the money for the vacation.
Correct.
Well, that was bad judgment on your part.
Correct. Very.
Because there are certain truisms that you try to teach to your own children.
Right.
And one of them is don't throw good money after bad.
I know.
And the second thing that you learn over the years is if you lend a friend money, you lose your money and you lose your friend.
Right.
You owe her the $2,000. You don't owe her for the vacation because I don't believe that she had a legitimate expectation of being paid back for the vacation because you hadn't paid her the original $2,000. So you have to give her back the $2,000. And now that Rocky is working, it should be easy for you. Judged for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next...
Now it's case number 46 on the calendar in the matter of Elmore versus Simpson Roja.
you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
What's your first name?
Destiny?
You're her father?
Yes, ma'am.
Name?
Sierra Simpson.
You're her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Destiny, it is your claim that this young lady and others assaulted you, and that was over a boy.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the defendant says that you assaulted her first. Who was this?
That's my brother.
He was present.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start with you. What's the name of the boy?
David.
You were dating David?
I was pregnant with his baby.
How old are you?
16.
That's great. How do you support yourself?
I work.
Full time?
No, I go to school.
So what were you doing having a baby?
It was a mistake.
And what did David do for a living?
Nothing.
What'd you have to say about that when your daughter told you she was pregnant?
No, I just dealt with it. Not much I could say. Took her to see Dave, told him about it, and went from there.
And then what happened, Miss Roja?
There's been nothing done about it. He has not contacted her, no paternity, nothing.
Well, what about her?
She stays at home, she works, and she's finishing school, and she takes care of the baby.
Were there other possibilities as potential fathers?
There is one more.
Has he had a paternity test?
They're in the process of doing that.
But not with Dave?
We've tried to get Dave to do a paternity, and he won't return calls.
All you have to do is go to court. How old is he?
19, I believe.
So as far as you know, it could have been either one of these two people. And how old is your baby?
2 months.
When did this incident happen, Miss Elmore?
August 15th, 2009.
Tell me what happened.
I was receiving threatening phone calls for an amount of days.
From whom?
Sierra and a couple of her friends.
What were you calling her for?
I was calling to get a hold of Dave because when I was pregnant, my sack that the baby was in had a hole in it. And I had to get a hold of him to tell him what was wrong with the baby. And she told me he wanted nothing to do with me or the baby and that she was going to kill me.
Why didn't you call Dave at his house?
He didn't live at his house, and he only had a cell phone, which she had. And she told me she was going to kill me and my baby.
Just a second. You called her?
I called Dave's cell phone. She was answering it.
Well, then evidently he was at her house.
Yeah.
Now, Dave isn't a physician, is he?
No.
So he couldn't help you with anything with regard to what was physically wrong with this baby?
No, I just wanted to let him know.
Great. Okay, so you were receiving phone calls from her for a while.
Yes, because David got his cell phone number changed because she wouldn't stop calling him. And when he did, she didn't have it anymore, so she had my cell phone number and she started to call my cell phone. I actually have audio.
You have a recording of her calling you?
Yes.
I'd like to hear it. I'll take it up here. It's easier for me to hear it up here.
Your Honor, this is her threatening to come kill her.
And so I'm not even playing. If you do not tell me where my baby's father is, I'm going to kill you. I'm not playing because Dave is my baby's father, and you should have called me when you got out of here, not your...
What did you go over there for?
To find Dave to talk to him about my baby.
Who did you go with?
My sister and my friend.
Why didn't you go with your mother?
We weren't talking at the time.
Why?
I was living with my sister.
How old is your sister?
27.
Where is she today?
At home.
What does she do?
She's a stay-at-home mom.
How many children does she have?
2.
How old are they?
3 and 4.
Who else lives in her house?
Her fiance, but he's in the Army.
Her fiance. Is he the father of these 2 children?
Yes, he is.
What happened when they got there, Miss Elmore?
My brother went outside because Sierra was the only one that came up onto my driveway.
Your complaint says that somebody called first. Who called first?
His name is Kevin.
Who's Kevin?
My friend's boyfriend.
What's your friend's name?
Karina.
So you weren't just there with your sister. You came with a boy.
Couple boys, Your Honor.
And what does this boy Kevin do?
I walked up to the door.
What does he do?
I don't think he has a job.
So he does nothing?
No.
How tall is he?
I do not know.
Well, is he as tall as this gentleman?
Yes.
So he's a big boy?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had Kevin call, and then you went over with a couple of your friends, including Kevin?
I didn't know Kevin called.
So you just went there?
Yes.
Go.
I picked up Kevin and Karina and Junior.
What'd you pick up Kevin for?
Because they were coming back to my house to help me babysit, because I had 4 kids and I was pregnant.
Well, if they were helping you babysit, that means you had something to do in the afternoon. What'd you go over to her house for?
To find Dave before I went to babysit.
Why?
Because I wanted to get paternity.
You hadn't had a baby yet.
They can take a needle and stick it through your stomach and get it out that way.
Why would you do that?
So I could tell who was the father.
So you went over to her house and what?
I started walking up her driveway, and that is when her brother came out and he pushed me. And that is
Her brother
when
pushed you. He didn't push you before he said something. What did he say?
He said, "Get off my property."
Get off your property. And what did you do?
I stood there, and then he came up and he pushed.
Just a minute. So at this point, you're trespassing.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you're trespassing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that she's trespassing?
Yes, ma'am.
This point, the person who lives in the house told you to get off the property because you've already threatened to kill his sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Not because of anything she did, but because of something allegedly that David did. David's allowed to dump you for somebody else.
He didn't dump her. He was seen
He's
both.
allowed to dump
Yes,
you for
ma'am.
somebody else. And you're 16 years old. He's allowed to have a lot of girlfriends. And you're supposed to take care so that you don't become pregnant. So you were trespassing and her brother pushed you. And then what happened?
And then that's when Kevin and Jean got out the car and started fighting him, and Destiny came out, and we started going back and forth, and then we started fighting. And then my sister and Karina got out the car, and then her other friend came out the house.
And?
And we all started fighting, and then we left, and then the cops pulled us over.
And what happened when the cops pulled you over?
They asked us all what happened and found out who hit her brother in the eye, and then they gave us all tickets to appear in court.
And what happened to your ticket?
I got harassment in the second.
So you pled guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we have a video of the fight. We taped it.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When the homeowner said to you, "Get off my property," you should have turned around and left. You're not playing with a full deck.
And later today,
What is wrong with you people?
Sorry, Honor.
I said, what's wrong with you? How can you live like this?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Destiny Elmore says 16-year-old Sierra Simpson came to her home and assaulted her.
Okay.
Yeah, they started videotaping it after her brother came out.
I don't care whether her brother pushed you or not. You were trespassing, and you came there to hurt her. No question in my mind you came there to hurt her. For no reason.
She went there to talk to Dave.
Dave wasn't there.
Yes, he was.
Just a second.
Hold on.
If you look, she hit me first. In the left-hand corner.
Play it back.
That's where she hits her. Bam.
Oh, there you go. No, you hit her first. And you weren't there looking for Dave. Why are you arguing with her if you're there looking for Dave?
Because I asked for Dave, and she kept telling me to get off of her property and yelling at me, telling me
She
was
said
going
get off her property, and that's where you should have gone. Off her property. And if you were legitimately concerned about your baby instead of the boyfriend, then you wouldn't have gone there in the first place with friends. That's why we shouldn't allow 16-year-olds to have babies. Because if you were legitimately concerned about the health and welfare of your baby, where there was a hole in the sack and you had to take a paternity test, if you were legitimately concerned, you would have stayed home in your sister's house and babysat for the 4 children and not put yourself in a position with your 2 friends to have a fight. And when the homeowner said to you, get off my property because you were looking for trouble, you should have turned around and left. It's just because you're not playing with a full deck. Who are you living with now?
My mother and father.
When did you go home to their house?
When I was about 8 months pregnant.
Why?
Because I needed the help, and
Right.
I couldn't do it on my own.
Correct. Have any medical records?
Yes, ma'am.
Outrageous.
Would you also like the police report?
I would. What do you want to show me?
No, we've got the police report.
In the police report, she started to write out, and she put, Sierra came to my house to talk to me. Scribbled it out and put, to fight me.
You did come to the house to fight her. That's why you brought Kevin. And you weren't thinking about your child's welfare. You were annoyed that he wouldn't take your calls anymore. He didn't want to be bothered. He probably knew that there maybe was somebody else that could have been the father of this child, and he wasn't going to get snookered.
Actually, he was talking to me at the same time because after he tried to get back with me.
Great. Then what did you go to her house for?
No, this was after the fact.
I'm talking about then. What did you go to her house for?
Because she had his phone and she was answering it, and I needed to talk to him.
Did
and
he
they told me
change
he
his
was there.
number?
No.
Are you
Because I
telling
was
me?
still
Are you
calling
telling
his
me
phone.
that he never changed his phone number?
Not when I was calling him, because I was still calling his phone.
Did he change his phone number?
Maybe after the fact.
Do me a favor. You make sure she takes the pill in front of you every morning.
They went to court on this already also, too. We have court papers. She was charged with harassment in the second, and the rest were dropped.
I want to tell you something. That in and of itself is sufficient for me to find in plaintiff's favor that she pled guilty to being the aggressor. Do you understand that? That's a matter of law. Pay attention to me. As a matter of law, she pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt to being the aggressor and the instigator on August 15th. Whether it was to assault or harassment or trespass, she pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
That she went there for the purpose of harassing her. That's what she pled guilty to, beyond a reasonable doubt. So whatever baloney she gives me today, that she was going there to talk to Dave, is baloney, because that's not what she swore to the judge. She did. She swore to the judge that she went there for the purpose of harassing her. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I don't think your daughter understands that.
I believe she understands it, but that's not how it was turning out at the beginning. Destiny called her, knew she was coming over there.
There's something wrong with you, too. If you're making excuses for
I'm
this,
not making excuses.
then don't make excuses for her.
I was on the phone with the officer.
Don't make excuses for her. She went there looking for no good. This young lady didn't go to her house. She was the one who had been making all the telephone calls to somebody who clearly didn't want to speak to her.
Your Honor, on my daughter's phone messages, she calls her right before she comes over to the house and tells her, if you don't come meet me at KFC.
Listen to me. Do you have that message? Just listen to me. The answer is either yes or no.
I don't have it.
Does anyone have it?
Yes, Your Honor. It's from somebody else, though. It's from...
Well, then I can't take it from somebody else.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
The apartment was a total mess. I just want you to take a look at how pigs live.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Destiny Elmore says 16-year-old Sierra Simpson came to her home and assaulted her.
Do you have any outstanding medical bills?
Just the one I gave you, I highlighted it.
Okay, so the account balance was $225. I am, Miss Elmore, giving you 10 times what your actual damages were because I believe you are entitled to that for the pain and suffering as a result of this incident. You made a big mistake. Don't make a second one. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,225. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel that she's a drama queen and she doesn't deserve what she got.
After she hit me, there was 4 girls that are coming out at me, trying to hurt me as well.
She went for my sister, started blaming her, going off on her as it was her fault.
It was ridiculous for her to come to our house like that with more than 5 people.
It happened, it's done. She's got to get on with her life now.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johns versus Carlock Fosdick. Step forward.
Bradley Johns is suing his former tenants, Crystal Carlock and Ryan Fosdick, for leaving his duplex a mess when they moved out.
Mr. Johns, the defendants were tenants of yours in what I gather is a duplex apartment?
Yes, upper and lower.
And it is your claim that they moved out. They moved out with your permission?
Yes.
Prior to the expiration of their lease, and they owe you money for rent and for damage that they caused to the apartment.
Correct.
The defendants say that they left the apartment in the same condition as they found it when they moved in, and that you actually owe them money because who fell? And your last name is?
Carlock.
Miss Carlock fell on steps in snow and ice, and she hurt herself. When did you move in, Miss Carlock?
We moved in December 16th of 2009.
Keep your voice up, please. 12/16?
Yes.
That's not true, Your Honor.
When did they move in?
I let them move in early on the 14th. They moved stuff in. If they started living there on the 16th, that's unbeknownst to me.
Doesn't actually make any difference whether they moved stuff in on the 14th or the 16th. I mean, you're not wasting my time for 2 days, are you, Mr. Johns?
No,
I don't want to hear that you're wasting my time for 2 days.
I'd like to present this, Your Honor.
I want you just to answer my questions.
Okay. No, I don't. I never want to waste your time.
I want you just to answer my questions.
Yes.
When did you fall?
December 20th.
Did you report it to anyone?
Yes, I went to the hospital.
Did you report it to Mr. Johns?
I called him 3 days afterwards.
And said?
And told him that I had fallen down the steps, and he said that he couldn't do anything about it, that I'd have to cover the medical bill because snow removal was in our lease. But actually, it had not been originally in the lease. It had been added, and only his...
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Mr. Johns, don't irritate me, sir.
Sorry.
Did you file a claim against Mr. Johns in December?
No, I did not.
Did it snow again in December?
Yes.
Did it snow in January?
Yes.
Who shoveled the steps?
We ended up doing it.
Perfect. That's what you should have done before. So I've just taken care of your counter. Put your hand down. Just taken care of your counterclaim. Now I want to see pictures of the apartment, if either one of you have them, when they moved in. Pictures of the apartment. That's more than pictures of the apartment, Mr. Johns.
These are prior pictures. That's the condition they looked at when they agreed to live there.
Okay. Now, what damage do you claim they did to the apartment?
They trashed the place.
Well, I'd like to see it, please.
There's big copies and small copies, Your Honor.
I'd like to see them.
They left 22 bags of huge garbage scattered throughout the place. They lived there for 60 days. The downstairs tenant claims they never took the garbage out.
Don't tell me what anybody claimed.
When they moved out, they left. Sorry.
What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I said, what's wrong with you? How can you live like this?
We actually have a police report that shows that we didn't live like that.
I want to see the police report. I mean, if he staged this, then he's a bigger idiot than I thought.
He must have, because we have a police report.
Another lie, Your
I want
Honor.
to see the police report. On what date did you move out?
February 21st of 2010.
Apartment was a total mess and not cleaned. That's what it says. I mean, you want me to read just what you highlighted? which says there was no damage that would be considered above and beyond normal wear and tear. The apartment was a total mess and not cleaned.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, this is what the police saw. They're not talking about damage to the apartment. The walls weren't damaged. I just want you to take a look at how pigs live. Pigs. That's what the police said. Look at the pictures. Put your hand down and look at the pictures. That's what the police saw. It was full of trash and garbage. How do you live like that? How do you live like that?
We didn't have trash removal. He told us it was included, but we were never...
Okay. I'm going to dismiss everything about your case. Everything. How do people live like this?
Your Honor.
I don't care if you take the garbage and walk it to a local dump. How do you live like pigs?
There were many times we did take it to somewhere to get rid of a lot of it.
Your counterclaim's dismissed. Your claim is granted. You're not supposed to have to clean up after pigs. You're suing for $1,700? You deserve $1,700 for having to walk in and smell this. You want to act like a grown-up and live in an apartment and live on somebody else's property? Don't behave like pigs. Goodbye.
Yes, case number 17 on the calendar in the matter of Smith versus Hall.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Judge parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
How old are you, Mr. Smith?
26, ma'am.
And you're 18?
Yes.
She was your girlfriend? She
Yes,
became
ma'am.
your girlfriend when she was 17. You're no longer involved. You claim she owes you the balance of a loan that she made for a car. You borrowed the money from your grandmother in order to give to her. You've since paid your grandmother back. She's paid back $400 of how much was the loan?
It was a total of $1,500.
And you paid back?
$400.
So how much do you owe?
$1,100.
Isn't that easy?
Yes.
Perfect. Is there any reason why you think you do not owe that money?
The reason is I spoke with his grandmother 3 weeks ago, and we still have an agreement that I'm going to pay her back. I have every intention on paying her back.
So you acknowledge that this is a loan?
Yes.
No, because that's not what you said in your answer. What else do you think she owes you for now that you're no longer a couple?
Okay, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Listen, we're way past hello.
Okay, I understand. We moved in together. The relationship was really good. We moved in 4/10.
We're past hello.
Okay.
What else do you think she owes you for?
$1,000 in back rent, ma'am.
Now I'll ask you questions.
Okay.
How much is the rent on the apartment where the two of you were living?
It was a house. It was $1,100 a month.
And how old was she when you moved in with her?
She was 17.
So she can't make a contract with you to pay rent?
I have her on the lease as
I don't
an
care
extra
whether you
source
have
of
her on
income.
the lease as your mother, your grandmother, your favorite aunt, or anybody else. She cannot make a contract when she's 17.
Okay, I understood. I have her name written down on here when she was 17, saying she was an occupant in the house, that she was
an occupant.
Extra source of income to the house, the agreement.
That's all wonderful.
Okay.
She can't make a contract when she's 17. She cannot enter into a binding contract when she's 17 years old.
I have her signature on here and everything stating.
As an occupant.
As an occupant, yes.
Got it. She's an occupant. She was, in fact, an occupant.
Yeah, and then we were living together. She turned 18, and then after she turned 18, she up and left.
There you go. That's why you don't go into an agreement with a 17-year-old.
Right, exactly.
Now, how old was she when you took out this loan for a car?
She was 18.
Okay. You're safe.
Okay.
Okay. What else do you think she owes you money for?
I got charged to file the eviction. When she turned 18, it took her 2 months to get her stuff out of the house, and I had to get an eviction notice because she wouldn't get her stuff out.
What stuff did you want out of the house?
A whole bunch of stuff. There was all kinds of stuff in the garage, refrigerator, dishwasher, VHS tapes, children's books.
Who has children?
They're her nieces. I occasionally watch them sometimes.
Occasionally, sometimes.
When we were together, yes.
What else?
And
I mean, you're here. You might as well get it all off your chest.
The harassment. She would drive by the house, all that stuff, and, you know, harass me with everything.
Did you go to the police?
I went and got a temporary protective order against her. Yes, I did.
Did you follow through and get a permanent one?
Just a 30-day one.
Why didn't you follow through?
didn't feel the need to do it. I thought it was done and over with.
Is it done and over with?
Yes, it is.
Well, then why are you bothering me with it?
I apologize for that.
Good. She owes you $1,100 for the car loan. What else? Is that it? Is it all off your chest now?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Perfect. All right, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
Get to it.
He ran me off the road with his car.
When?
On January 19th. And he got out of the car and punched my passenger window 3 times. And it ruined the window regulator. It doesn't roll up correctly.
Did you file a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a copy of it?
Yes, and the estimate for the window.
I don't want the estimate yet, just I want to read the police report. Mr. Smith, were you contacted by the police?
Yes, I was, Your Honor, but I never punched the window.
Were you contacted by the police?
Yes, I was.
And what happened?
They asked me to see my hands to see if I had broke the window, asked me if I punched the window. I said I tapped on the window to try and get...
Tapped on it?
Well, tapped on it to get her new boyfriend's attention, because he said anytime, anywhere, any place, so it was that time, that where, that place.
Pay attention.
I am.
How did it come to be that you were in a position to tap on the window?
She was driving through my neighborhood.
Very slowly.
Okay.
And I want you to understand something, Mr. Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't shimmy. Don't shake.
Okay.
Don't try to get over. Just tell the truth.
That's what I'm doing.
The truth will set you free.
Okay.
She was driving through your neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
She was driving through the neighborhood. I was coming back from the grocery store. I seen her car leaving my neighborhood.
Okay, so she's leaving your neighborhood.
Yes, she had just got done driving in front of the house.
Fine. So you came up from behind her?
Yes, and stopped.
And then you pulled in front of her?
Yes.
And when you pulled in front of her, did you stop your car?
Yes, I did.
So her car had to stop?
Yes.
Now, we're together.
Okay.
And then I assume, Mr. Smith, you exited your car.
Yes, ma'am.
When you exited your car, where did you go?
I went to the passenger window.
Who was sitting in the passenger seat?
Her new boyfriend, Joseph.
Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you went over to Joseph?
Yes. I tapped on the window and I said, let's do this.
Tapped on the window?
Yeah, I said, get out, let's do this.
What did you want him to do?
Get out of the car. He told me.
Get out of the car and what?
And handle it like men.
You have to be more visual with me.
Get
I'm
out of
not a guy.
Oh, I understand. I got a phone call the day before that saying we could handle it like men, anytime, anywhere is fighting. So he was driving through my neighborhood with her in the car. I got out of the car. I tapped on the window, said, get out, let's do this. It's the time, it's the place right now, let's do this. And he locked the door and they drove around.
He locked the door?
He locked the door and they left. And I proceeded to go home.
What are you mad at him for?
He said anytime, any place, anywhere.
What are you mad at him for?
Because he started contacting her when we were together, selling her drugs and stuff like that. I mean...
Well, just a second. First of all, how do you know that?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
By cutting her off and by looking to have a fight with him, I think that there's a screw loose somewhere.
Okay.
So I think you're a lunatic.
And later today...
Is there a concert there? Is there...
It's a concert event that lasts for 3 days, and we camp with tents and everything. So it's a camping, there's no really...
Right. I always admire people who camp and get down to nature.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patrick Smith says ex-girlfriend Elizabeth Hall owes for loans, rent, eviction fees, and harassment. Elizabeth is countersuing, claiming Patrick ran her off the road.
Now, you think that he was contacting her while you were together?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why would that make you angry with him? He doesn't owe you anything. She does if you were living together, but why would you be angry at him? He's a free agent. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
He doesn't have any allegiance to you. She did. You might be angry with her, but why would you be angry at Joseph?
He made me angry. He told me on the phone if I wanted to handle it like men, handle it like men.
Well, I don't understand why you think Joseph would call you unless there had been some history.
No, I was talking to the phone. I was talking on the phone with her, and he was in the background.
What were you doing talking on the phone with her? She had moved out?
I was trying to get her stuff out of the house.
And what were you saying to her in order to get her stuff out of the house?
I was trying to let her know to pay Grandma back and to get her stuff out of the house that I was
what were you saying to her?
I said, you know, you have 30 days to get your stuff. I filed an eviction notice.
Were you saying that to her nicely?
Yes, of course.
No.
Okay.
And then after you were talking on the phone nicely to her, he got on the phone and said to you, we can handle this like men, anytime, anywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And then you thought it would be a good idea to cut him off on the street and have fisticuffs there in the middle of the street.
Yeah, correct, yes.
You're an idiot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you do for a living?
I was a sheet metal pre-apprentice.
Well, that's in the past tense. What are you now?
Right now I'm unemployed. I'm currently looking for work.
Who do you live with?
Adam Allen.
What does he do?
He works for the water company.
So who supports you?
Unemployment.
Continue with regard to your counterclaim.
I'm countersuing for the $320 for my window.
Right.
And I'm
You got it. $320 for the window. What else?
And then the remaining money, the $1,680 for just harassment and punitive damages and just emotional stress, because I have to go.
You know how much stress I have every day.
I had to go to the courthouse 4 times now, 2 for restraining orders, 2 other times for the violations of the restraining orders.
What happened with the violations of the restraining orders?
She got denied. Sorry.
The first restraining order was granted for 30 days.
Well, that's a temporary one. He wasn't present when you were granted the temporary protective order. And then you went back?
And got an extension for 1 year.
Okay, so you got a 1-year protective order.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was present on that day?
Yes.
And then there was a violation?
Yes. The day out of court, when we were leaving the courthouse, I got down into the courtyard, and he came down the stairs and chased me through the courtyard, yelling my name, trying to talk to me.
Did you file a violation?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that?
We went to court, and he brought a lawyer with him, and his lawyer decided that I wouldn't get to speak on the other 2, and that violation didn't mean anything because I didn't have any witnesses.
His lawyer didn't decide that. No.
Your Honor, I would have never chased her.
That was a judge who decided that. You had to hire a lawyer? Did you hire a lawyer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That requires either a yes or a no.
Well, because she accused me of breaking windows and stuff like that.
No, there's no question you broke her window. There's no question you broke her window when you cut him off. That you're going to pay for, $320. That's coming off.
No, not that one. They said that I broke windows on their house.
I'm not asking anything about damage to the house.
That's why I brought a lawyer.
Is that the only time you brought a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
When I made that violation, that had nothing to do with about the windows being broken on the house. I have no idea how he knows about that.
She wrote it down to me in the restraining order.
I did not.
I have a copy of it.
Just a second. Just a second. I'd like to see it.
Okay.
When were the windows in your house broken?
On the same night that the first restraining order was granted. And the first violation that we went to court for was just for chasing me out of court. He might have the copy now of the windows being broken. That was the other 2 restraining orders. But the day he went to court with a lawyer, it had nothing to do with the windows.
Okay.
Right here. And that's the copy of the other one right there.
When did you retain the lawyer?
I want to say March 25th. I hired the lawyer, I think. I don't really remember when I hired the lawyer. I think it was around March, yes.
How many times have you had to hire a lawyer?
Just this once. This is the first time.
Well, then you should remember when you had to hire him. We're not talking about 2 years ago, sir. We're talking about within the last 60 days. When did you hire the lawyer?
March 25th.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
Her motion for a violation of the protective order wasn't filed until March 26th. You just told me that you hired a lawyer on March 25th.
I told you it was around that time.
No, you just said March 25th.
Yes, I stated it was March 25th.
This is on tape.
But it was around that time. I told you I didn't really remember the exact date because I don't remember exactly when I got served with that. It's the end of March, I know that.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today.
Madam, when you do something wrong, you're supposed to acknowledge you did something wrong. You're supposed to say, I'm sorry.
Well,
what do you want?
Your Honor.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patrick Smith says ex-girlfriend Elizabeth Hall owes for loans, rent, eviction fees, and harassment. Elizabeth is countersuing, claiming Patrick ran her off the road.
You've been harassing her, Mr. Smith?
No, ma'am, I have not. I don't want to have anything to do with her. I'm sick of it. She's harassing me. She keeps saying a bird on her car, and I'm getting in trouble for it.
No, we're not talking about that.
I'm just saying that's the way it's going.
We're talking about showing a bit of temper.
No, ma'am, I haven't even...
Is this the person who went to court with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. Over there. What's your last name?
Alan.
Did you go to court with him when he had a hearing?
Yes, but I didn't go inside.
Oh, you waited outside?
Yes.
Did you see him when he came out of the courthouse?
Yes.
Look, Mr. Allen, don't play with me.
Well, there was 2 courts he went to. I went to the second one, not the first one.
23rd of March.
I didn't go to that one, Your Honor.
You're safe. Sit down. You owe $320 for the window you busted. You know, over another $500 because I think you're a lunatic. And by cutting her off and by looking to have a fight with him, I think that there's a screw loose somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm taking the $820 off the $1,100 she owes you, because she does owe you the $1,100 for the loan for the car, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, she was 18 when she was in the house, and she left 2 months, just left her stuff there and just up and left.
That's too bad. You owe him $180.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's all.
Please excuse me. Step out.
Her true colors really came out right when she turned 18.
Because of him, I just couldn't put up with it anymore.
The beauty is,
He's very verbally abusive.
It's hiding the devil inside of her.
And he's not the guy for me.
She's gonna leave you high and dry, man.
It was time to go.
That's all she did, was just leave me high and dry.
I just hope he'll leave me alone and let me live my life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Canaan versus Combs. Step forward.
Christopher Canaan is suing 19-year-old Maya Combs for the cost of a camping ticket at the Coachella Music Festival.
Mr. Canaan, we really don't need a chart.
Okay.
It's not a very difficult case. Okay?
All right.
Pretty simple. Miss Combs, you purchased a campsite.
Canaan purchased it. I gave him $250 to split the ticket.
Who purchased the campsite on the internet?
I did, and I have a receipt here for the purchase price.
And you gave him $250?
Yes, ma'am.
And?
And he bought the ticket, and then he gave the ticket to me because I was going to be arriving at the campsite first.
Okay. So you bought the ticket.
That's correct.
Gave it to her.
Yes.
She was going to split it with you.
That's right.
Now I got it. You arrived later.
I did, so...
Your phone died.
Yes, ma'am.
As a result of which he couldn't get in touch with you.
But I did text him directions to the campsite.
He couldn't get in touch with you because your phone died.
Yes.
We understand that?
Yeah.
He bought the campsite, he sold half to her, but he gave her the ticket, which allowed her to get into the campsite.
That's
There's
right.
somebody there that looks at your ticket when you go in?
Yes, there's a line of
So
cars.
there is a person there that you have to show that you have authority to be in the campsite.
Yes.
Is there a concert there? Is there...
It's a concert event that lasts for 3 days, and we camp with tents and everything. So it's a camping, there's no really...
Great. I always admire people who camp and get down to nature. In any event, your phone died. He never got to the campsite.
That's
right?
correct.
And you want your money back.
That's something I'd like back.
What? Is that simple?
Yeah.
Now, did your phone die because you forgot to charge it?
No, because I left my charger at home. And
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
your phone died because of your negligence in leaving your charger at home.
I did text him directions to the campsite.
What if he couldn't get in?
He can get into the
Just
campsite.
a second. How do you know that he can get in?
It was free for anyone to go into the campsite, just not with their car.
And how is he supposed to get there?
He can walk in like most of the other people who are
Did you
getting
walk?
the campsite.
Just a second. Did you walk in?
I was walking in and out of the campsite.
Did you walk in or did you take your car?
I took
Look
my
at me.
car in. I took my car in.
Don't think. Don't think. Just tell the truth. If you tell the truth, it's very simple.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
You took your car in because you had a
car
ticket.
Other people who did not
Listen
have a
to
ticket.
me. You took your car in because you had a ticket. He couldn't take his car in, even if he wanted to, because he didn't have a ticket. You had his ticket, and your phone died because you left the charger home.
He agreed not to take his car in.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. Madam, when you do something wrong, you're supposed to acknowledge you did something wrong. You're supposed to say, I'm sorry.
Well...
What do you want?
Your Honor.
What do you want? Did she give you $250? Listen. Did she give you $250?
She did give me $250.
Did you pay $500?
I did pay $500. That's correct, Your Honor. And I guess what I wanted to add was just that because we weren't able to stay there for 3 days, we stayed under a car. We slept one night. My witness can testify to that. And
I don't care.
It's a sold-out
I
concert,
don't
so
care.
there's no... All right.
I don't care. What you bargained for, you didn't get.
That's right.
The campsite
and it
was
cost
left
you,
open.
and it cost you $250.
That's right.
That's what you're getting back. Good. Say thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Plea versus Starr. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat, please.
Mrs. Suplee, the defendant used to be your son's girlfriend.
Yes.
Son?
Yes.
And she lived in your home for a while, according to what I read in your complaint, or stayed there.
Yes.
And she also had a drug problem. You didn't know that, I assume, at the time.
I was not aware of that.
Your complaint alleges that over a period of time, the defendant stole items from your home and pawned them.
That's correct.
You managed to get some of the things back.
That's correct.
2 items you did not, a bracelet and a video camera.
That's
you want her
correct.
to pay for those things. Ms. Starr says that she took care of everything she stole. She got it back for you. She doesn't know anything about this bracelet or the video camera. That's your defense.
That's right.
What kind of drugs were you addicted to, Ms. Starr?
Prescription Xanax.
But you were getting it from means other than being prescribed by a doctor.
Right. I was getting it through a friend.
How long had you been addicted to Xanax?
It had been going on for about 3 months.
When were you staying at the Suplee home?
It was around last year.
When was she staying at your home?
July and August.
How did you discover the missing items?
Well, I had had minor surgery on the 2nd of September. I did not wear my jewelry that week. So the week after that, I believe it was the 13th, is when I went into my jewelry box to get these 2 rings to wear, and they weren't there. And I got very upset, and I went and woke my son up and my husband up and told them that I could not be late for work. I asked them to
see them, please?
To look around to see if they could locate them, and I left for work.
This was the 2nd week in September?
Yes. When I got to work, my husband called me and said that him and my son had found some pawn tickets in Courtney's purse. Courtney was in jail at the time. She had been arrested that weekend for a DUI. And so they went through her purse and found these pawn tickets in her purse where she had used a false ID and signed a false name on these pawn tickets, and she had taken my rings and a bunch of my other jewelry, which I didn't realize until I talked to my husband. When I called him, it dawned on me that my diamond bracelet and my opal and sapphire ring and my Guan peso earrings were not in there, so I asked him to check in my jewelry box and see if those were there as well, and he looked and he said they were not there. And when he went to the pawn shop and asked them about the ring, they just kind of looked at each other like they knew what he was talking about, but they weren't going to say anything.
You're Mr. Suplee.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened when you went to the pawn shop.
The first couple I went to didn't really tell me much because in Texas you can't really discuss a pawned item. So I went to the third one, and this is the one where they kind of looked at each other, and I asked to speak to the manager, and he came out from the back, and apparently on this particular item, the large diamond ring, she didn't pawn it, she sold it.
How much did she sell it for?
$35.
How many items in total did you ultimately get back from the pawn shops?
I don't know the total number that we got back. I know that we got back everything but 2.
And you got them back because her grandmother intervened, is that right?
That's correct.
You contacted her grandmother?
Well, actually, I called her mother, and I told her mother that we were going to file charges against her for taking these items, and her mother said that she had kicked her out of the house and to do whatever we had to do. So we went down the next day and filed a police report, and I do have the police report here.
May I see it? Go ahead.
So then her grandmother called me at work and asked me what was going on, and I told her basically that Courtney had stolen some jewelry from our home and that I wanted the jewelry back and that we had filed a police report against her, and if we didn't get the jewelry back that we were going to prosecute her. So she called and talked to him.
What did she say?
She said she had discussed it with Courtney's mother and Courtney, and that she was going to go ahead and help Courtney out and apparently loan her some money.
Good. That's how you got the stuff back.
Yes, ma'am.
What didn't you get back?
We did not get back my gold peso bracelet and a video camera.
Is that a Sony video camera?
No, this is not a Sony video camera. It's a Sharp.
Did you get back a Sony video camera?
No, that was not ours. She's pawned.
Where did you get the Sony video camera?
Sony video camera?
Yeah, that you pawned.
I didn't know that there was a Sony video camera.
So it's possible that you were not in complete control of your senses at all times when you took this property and you stole from more homes than one.
True.
Mm-hmm. All right. You weren't missing binoculars, were you?
Well, not that I know of, but these were the rest of my jewelry that she pawned that we got back.
I'll take a
in
look
addition
at
to the rings.
But I see here binoculars, DVD movies, Black & Decker hedge cutter.
We did not realize those were even gone until we went to the pawn shop, and those were there. Only then did we realize that those had been taken.
Okay. All right, Miss Starr. I'm going to listen. Do you have anything to say to me?
I remember taking the jewelry, all the jewelry.
When did you take the jewelry?
It was spread out. It was like an everyday thing. It happened. It went on for a month.
So you mean each day you would go and take something else?
Mm-hmm. Just so I could go get more Xanax.
Where else did you steal from?
I also stole from my own family.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She has a mother, she has a grandmother. Didn't it strike you, young man, that if she wasn't welcome in her mother's house and her grandmother's house, that there might be something wrong with her?
And later today,
your oldest son had been in the Marines. He came back from the Marines and tragically, he committed suicide.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gwendolyn Suplee says her son's ex-girlfriend, Courtney Starr, stole her jewelry and video camera and pawned them for drugs.
How much is the gold bracelet worth?
The gold bracelet we bought 15 years ago when we went on a trip to Cancun. So since it was 15 years ago, I do not have a receipt for it, but it was $650. I have pictures of me wearing it.
Can I see it, please?
Yes.
What's the son's name?
James.
James, you're going to take your father's place, please. James, you have a drug problem?
No.
Did you?
No.
Did you know that Miss Starr had a drug problem?
Well, I did in time. Once we realized this was going on, and I realized that it was a problem.
I'm talking about before that.
No.
Before the jewelry episode.
No.
Had no clue?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah.
How long had you been together?
Oh, about 6 months.
Why did you invite her to your house?
Well, things were going pretty good, and after she started staying and spending a lot of time with me, she had lost her job, and she just kind of fell off the edge, and stuff started going downhill.
I don't know what that means.
She lost her job. We started having problems. She didn't have any money, and that's when I realized that something funny was going on. That's when I decided to check her purse for the pawn tickets, right after my mom realized that the jewelry was missing.
That doesn't answer my question, James. If you're dating somebody for 6 months, you don't invite them to come to your house to stay. She has a mother, she has a grandmother. Didn't it strike you, young man, that if she wasn't welcome in her mother's house and her grandmother's house, that there might be something wrong with her?
Yeah, I mean, she's welcome at her mother's and her grandmother's house. It was...
James, what do you do?
I'm a human resource manager.
How old are you?
25.
Where do you live?
Lake Dallas, Texas.
You live at home?
Yes.
Not anymore.
I just recently moved out a few weeks ago.
Who do you live with?
2 roommates.
Perfect. That'll help him grow up. It's time. Time he wasn't tethered to your side. Do you have any other children home?
No, I do not.
Yes! When did you buy the video camera?
We bought the video camera in 1979. Here is the receipt for the video camera.
Can I see it, please?
It came from Fry Electronics.
You have receipts from 1979. You are one organized
No, I did
lady.
not. I did not. I had to call them up, and we had to get them to mail it to us. I did not have it.
That wasn't 1979, Gwen.
Huh?
It wasn't 1979.
What year was it?
Well, it'll say on the receipt,
Yeah.
but it wasn't 79.
Okay.
$382, is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's go back. $1,060. I hope that completes the debt. I hope that you didn't take any property from anybody else. You're off the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
I am a photo tech at Walmart.
Okay, fine. Where are you living?
My parents.
Getting along all right?
Yes, I've cleaned up a lot.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Well, so you have another 60 years to go. So you have 60 years to do it right. First couple of years weren't so hot. Make sure the last 60 are better.
Right.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,060. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've just had a rough life. I guess it's because of my childhood.
It hurt. It hurt a lot.
I've learned to shape my life up, quit doing drugs.
We don't hate her. We don't like what she did, but we don't hate her.
I knew I needed to change.
I try to have some understanding for the fact that there was drugs involved and maybe she wasn't in her right mind. But at the same time, you make your own bed.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Daniels versus Sizemore. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Tammy Daniels is suing her ex-husband, factory worker George Sizemore, for his share of their son's funeral expenses. George says Tammy didn't consult him regarding the arrangements.
Miss Daniels, the defendant is your former husband. You have 2 children together, or had 2 children together?
Yes, ma'am.
Your oldest son had been in the Marines.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was he stationed?
He was in Paris Island, and then he went to Camp Lejeune, South Carolina.
He came back from the Marines, and tragically, he committed suicide.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
was that?
It was in Louisville, Kentucky.
When?
On July the 17th, 2004.
It is your claim that your former husband agreed to pay for half of certain funeral expenses, and he did not.
Yes.
That's what you're suing him for.
Yes, ma'am.
And your former husband says that he was not consulted with regard to things that you purchased, certain flowers, memorial stone, and he's not paying for it.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Okay. When did you make the arrangement, Mrs. Daniels, with Mr. Sizemore to pay certain of the funeral expenses?
My son died on July the 17th. My ex-husband come to my house. That was on a Saturday. My ex-husband come to my house on a Sunday with my husband and my son, and my sister and a few of my other family members was there, and we discussed the flowers. He helped pick out the flowers. We had a meeting Saturday when I found out my son died. We had to go to Grayson's funeral home, and we had to pick out the funeral service, the casket, and everything. It totaled up that day to be, just for the funeral service, $5,998.70.
What was the discussion about the flowers?
He agreed to pay half of them
That's what I want to know. He agreed to pay for half?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much were the flowers?
The flowers was $225.
And what else did he agree to pay for?
He agreed to pay half of the gravesite.
How much was the gravesite?
$400.
Who paid for that?
Me and my husband.
What else did he agree to pay for half of?
He agreed to pay half for the headstone.
Who picked out the headstone?
My sons.
Did Mr. Sizemore have any input in the headstone?
Yes, I called him that Saturday morning when we were going to look for the headstone and asked him if him and Mary would meet us up at the monument, and he said that he couldn't make it. I said, George, are you going to help me with our son's headstone and the money you owe us? And he said, I don't have the effing money.
I'm going to hear you, Mr. Sizemore.
Okay. To start out with, yes, we started looking at the flowers on that Sunday. You know,
Okay.
I did agree to pay half of the flowers for the flowers. As far as the gravesite went, yes, the funeral director did say it was going to be an additional $400. And I said that was fine with me. You know, it started out, I'd wanted him buried.
Just a second. So you agreed to pay for half the gravesite?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Yes, I did.
All right, fine.
Okay, and during the time that we were setting up the funeral arrangements and the graves and all that, I was asked that, you know, we were asked where did we want him buried. I wanted him buried in my family area. Okay, her sister and her spoke up and said, well, we want him close to our mom, which is fine if he'd been buried there. My son is buried in a public cemetery by himself. You know, I didn't agree to that site.
Why is that, Ms. Daniels?
My son is buried where the spots was open, and it's right down from my mom. And
just a minute. Is there any reason why, if he wasn't buried in the same plot as your family, that he wasn't buried in Mr. Sizemore's family's plot?
He lives about 6 miles from where we live. He has to come through Charlestown to go to Otisco. He goes by my son's grave every day. That was right there where everybody could go and visit my son.
Okay, fine. That's a reason. That's a reason. Okay, so far, Mr. Sizemore, I see that you owe your former wife $312 for the expenses that you agreed to pay half for and did not. I don't know about the tombstone because I haven't heard an agreement to pay for half of that.
As far as the headstone goes, they called and asked me about, meeting and getting it. And I told them that the only requirement that I actually asked for on that is that it be black granite. Time prior, before my son passed away, we'd talk about things like it because, I'm getting older. And he's always telling me,
How old are you?
42. Okay.
When you're 42, you don't think about what color granite you want on your gravesite.
I do. Life's too fast to think about things like that. But anyways, to go on, I said the only thing that really requires that be black granite, and with him being in the military, he's very proud of that. I wanted that. I wanted something with his battalion or whatever. And I said, I will not pay over $1,000 for my half of this headstone.
Okay, so how much was the headstone?
The headstone totaled out to $3,745.
Okay. So he already told you that he wasn't going to pay for more than $1,000?
No, he did not. He told me he would pay half when I talked to him on the phone.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Was the stone that you selected black granite?
Yes, ma'am.
Is black granite?
He's never been there to see.
Ma'am, I cannot go up there if my family's gone. I said, yeah. So as far as I know, it is, yes.
Okay, well, then you got half of what you wanted because I assume it doesn't say anything about the military. Is that right?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Yes, it does. This guy's military picture on it.
So it has his military picture on it. So you got your black granite and you got his picture on it.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got to pay $1,000 for it. That's what you said. Let's say that that's what you said, that you were going to pay $1,000 for it. So that's $1,312. Look, Miss Daniels, when somebody dies prematurely like this, anger is a much easier emotion to deal with than loss and sorrow. Don't be angry. Don't be angry at her. The fact that your son isn't buried in a place that you would have preferred.
I'm not angry with her.
So don't be angry.
I'm not.
You have to sort of put a period, take care of this responsibility.
Yes, ma'am.
And look forward. Don't say anything else. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Ms. Coons, parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Ms. Hoffman, is this your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she still seeing Mr. Coons?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I assume she's not happy being here today.
You're correct.
It is your claim, Ms. Hoffman, that Mr. Coon forged some checks of yours.
Correct.
And also took money out of your daughter's account.
Correct.
In addition to that, he had an accident while driving your car. Mr. Coon says, well, he acknowledges that he did forge some checks of yours, but he says that he paid you back that money in restitution by working for you. And he didn't steal as much as you claim he stole, and aside from that, he says your daughter knew all about it. And as far as taking money out of her account, she was aware of that. And as far as the car incident was concerned, your daughter knew he didn't have a valid driver's license. He had a suspended driver's license, so she gave him permission to drive the car, and therefore he's not responsible. Correct?
Correct.
Tell me about the car incident, sir.
I went down to the store. I was driving through the parking lot, and a lady backed out, and she actually bumped into me, and I got out and made sure everything was okay. She said it doesn't look like any damage is done here, and I was all, here's my number. We exchanged numbers, and I said if there's any further problems, call me, and that was it.
Why should she call you if she backed into you?
I just told her to call me because if it was, we wanted to exchange insurance information later on.
I don't understand why she should call you. She backed into you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I told her, I was like, you know, you backed out. I honked the horn, basically. Everything's all right. There was no damage done.
Was there any damage done to the car?
Yes, there was damage. I have proof that there was damage. And the thing was, he didn't even call and tell me that he backed in. He just, what happened was...
Can I see the pictures, please?
Yes. The other company called me, and that's how I found out.
The other company called you because she was filing a claim?
She filed a claim, yes.
She filed a claim? How could she file a claim? She, according to him, backed into him.
She said that he backed into her. So I
Where was the damage to your car?
Underneath the bumper.
Mr. Coons, When did you notify Miss Hoffman that there had been this little accident?
I didn't notify her.
Okay. Now let's get back to your defense to this action. Your defense to this action is that you had a suspended driver's license, but your girlfriend knew about it when she gave you the car to go to the store.
Yeah. I was just going to run to the store, get some things at the store, and come right back. Your house is like half a mile from the store.
Why was your driver's license suspended?
For traffic tickets that I failed to appear on.
What kind of tickets?
Like 2 speeding tickets.
And?
And a red light violation.
So you're not a good driver?
I'm a good driver.
No, you're not. They don't take away the license of good drivers.
Yeah.
How many accidents?
Driving a car on a suspended license is...
Illegal.
That's not something that Christina can wave a wand and do away with. That's only something that you have control over, Mr. Coons.
I didn't think it was a big deal, though, just to run down to the store.
It is a big deal, you idiot. When they say you can't drive, they don't say you can't drive except to go down to the store.
True.
Now, just for my own curiosity, sir, what is it that you had to get that was so important at the store? Insulin?
No.
What?
Just some stuff for dinner.
Your Honor.
Just don't say, does it look like you're losing? Oh, does it look like you're losing so far? What?
I was going to...
Can I tell you something? Christina.
Yes.
He's still your boyfriend?
Yes.
He's an idiot. Maybe you're an idiot. I don't know if you're an idiot or not, but he's an idiot. And if you're going to hitch your wagon to his star, you're going to have a miserable life.
No, Your Honor.
What? Listen to me, Christina. Your mother's been around for a while?
Yes.
Right? You've been married?
Yes, ma'am.
Divorced?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Once. Been there, done that, couple of times. Been in the family court? Years. I got a nose. You hitch your wagon to this star, you're going to have a miserable life. Just think about it. 10 years from now, you're going to say, you know, I appeared before Judge Judy in this silly little case that was on television, and she, put your hand down, and she told me if I hitched my wagon to his star, I was going to have a miserable life. She was right. Just listen to me. I don't know about you. You may be a loser, too. Then maybe you belong together. Maybe two halves make a whole. I don't know. But if you certainly don't look it. How much is it going to cost to fix the bumper?
$971.
Good, $971. Now, Mr. Coons, explain to me why you took checks from Miss Hoffman and forged her name and cashed them.
I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, doing some stupid stuff, and I needed a bunch of cash.
Hanging around with a bad crowd doesn't mean you need cash. If you're hanging around with a bad crowd and you buy drugs and owe somebody for money for the drugs, and you need cash for that, otherwise somebody's going to break your knees, that's a reason. So you want to explain to me what you needed this money for?
Basically, I got into drugs, and I needed cash to support it. And then after that...
Were you supporting Christina's drug habit, too?
No, I'd never get into that.
Did Christina know you were doing drugs?
Nope.
So she's not very intuitive, right?
Nope.
You managed to conceal that from her,
Yep.
right? How did I know that, Mr. Coons? It's not anywhere in these papers, sir. Did you think that maybe I have a crystal ball?
Yep.
Experience. That's what I'm trying to tell Christina. How much money did he steal from you?
$1,320 out of my account.
I don't care what he took out of Christina's account. If Miss Stupid wants to stay with him, she'll deal with that.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What kind of drugs?
Oxycontin?
Why in the world would an attractive girl like you want to hook up with him?
Because I love him.
And later today...
How much child support do you pay for your other child?
None.
Why not?
I do for my other son, as well as I do for Michael while he's staying with his father here.
Don't talk to me with attitude. There's only one attitude here, and that's mine.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Donna Hoffman says her daughter's boyfriend, Daniel Coons, stole money from her and her daughter's bank accounts. Donna says Daniel took the money to support his OxyContin habit.
When did you find out that he took money out of your account?
Maybe a couple weeks or a month later.
Come. Stand up next to your mother, Christina. Here we go. How much did he take out of your account?
I think it was $650.
And you didn't find out that he took the money out of your account until after he took it out?
No, it bounced in my account.
So you didn't know he had done it?
No.
When you confronted him about it, what did he say, Christina?
He told me about it.
Well, what did he tell you?
That he bounced checks in my account.
No, what did he tell you? Come on. You just say to him, where'd you get the money from? Where did you get the checks from? What did you use the money for? Those were the intelligent questions, Christina. And what did he tell you?
He told me what he used it for and why he needed
what?
it. Drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Oxycontin.
And after you found out that the checks bounced, did he take any other money out of your account?
No, Your Honor.
Is that right, sir?
Yep.
I just changed my mind. Because, Mr. Coons, in your answer you say that Christina here knew all about it, that she was aware of it. She says she wasn't. You know that?
She put the checks in her account, so that would... she knew about the checks going in her account, but not them bouncing.
Not that there were no funds.
Yeah, exactly.
But you knew.
Yep, I knew.
But you didn't tell her.
Yep.
Well, then you misled me, sir. You misled me in your answer. Your answer suggested that she was a co-conspirator. All right. So let's understand, Christina, who he is. He stole from your mother.
Mm.
He stole from you. He's a 19-year-old drug addict. He says you don't use drugs. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Why in the world would an attractive girl like you want to hook up with him?
Because I love him.
The uniformed groans out here, Christina. The uniformed groans out here, Christina.
Hmm. Your Honor, he's cleaned up also.
What are you doing now, Mr. Coons?
My uncle owns a trucking company. I'm trying to get my Class A license to drive for him.
That doesn't tell me what you're doing now.
Moving. He owns a moving company.
That doesn't tell me what you're doing now.
I'm cleaning my act up. Making money.
So you want to be a mover?
Yeah, a driver.
What are you doing, Christina?
I work at Express and I'm a cosmetologist.
Is that what you want to do?
Hair? Yes, I do.
You living home?
Yes, I do.
Remember to take those pills every morning. Every morning. Maybe you'll wake up in time. Mr. Coons, did you go into a residential drug treatment program?
Yep.
For how long?
10 days.
That's a crash course, sir. That's a crash course. Did the program recommend that you go into residential treatment for a period of 18 months or whatever and stick with it?
Yeah, that's what they recommended, but...
And you decided that you didn't need that. Is that right?
That's right.
And you decided that you didn't need that despite the fact that you had stolen from Miss Hoffman, you stole from your girlfriend, you have half a dozen unresolved driving infractions, you had an accident with her car. All of those things don't suggest to you that maybe the professionals that told you a 10-day crash course doesn't make it. When you are so addicted to drugs, maybe instead of fooling around, you should go into a residential drug treatment program. But you knew better than the professionals, is that right?
Yeah.
Good girl, Christina. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,941. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The bank called me and said this doesn't look like your signature, so I, of course, called him up and said, hey, what's going on?
She couldn't believe it. And then I was like, you know, I had to admit it right there.
I was saying, you know what, I think something's wrong. I think he's on drugs, and we started drug testing him, and he actually admitted to it.
I want to get married and have kids and do everything, you know, stay clean, do the right thing.
Yes, I see us being together for a very long time.
I would really hope that he would clean up, but I've told her that, you know what, once they start being like this, they're never going to change.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McLean versus Clark. Step forward, please.
Meat cutter Michael McLean is suing the mother of his son, nurse Lachelle Clark, for the return of child support. Michael says money was taken from his paycheck while their son was living with him.
Mr. McLean, you and the defendant have a son together.
Yes, I do, ma'am.
And it is your claim that your son, was living with you for a period of time at his mother's request.
Yes, ma'am.
And during that time, they were taking child support out of your check.
Yes.
And Miss Clark knew that the child was living with you, and she was the only one that could stop this child support
Yes, ma'am.
payment. She did not, and you want her to pay you back the money that you sent, or that
Yes,
was
ma'am.
taken out of your check, for your son while he was living with you.
Yes, I wanted her to stop it immediately.
And Miss Clark says, well, it was only temporary, and she was providing some things for him also.
Yes.
Right? Okay. How old is this child?
He's 11.
And why did he go and live with his father, Miss Clark?
He went to live with his father because at the present time, my landlord went up on my rent $300 because I had lost.
You were having a problem with housing.
Excuse me?
You were having a problem with housing?
Yes.
All right, that's the bottom line.
Michael McLean says the mother of his son, Lachelle Clark, accepted child support payments after their son started living with him.
So when did you call Mr. McLean and ask if he could take your son?
Around the 1st of January when I first started having my housing problem.
And when did he actually go to live with his father?
The 28th of January.
Is he still there?
Yes.
And how much is the child support order, Mr. McLean?
I want to say $272
a month.
What do you do for a living, Mr. McLean?
I'm a meat cutter, meat manager.
How many children do you have?
I got 3.
Do any of them live with you? You have to think
no.
about that? None of them live with you?
No.
Do you pay child support for any other children?
Yes, I do.
And what do you do for a living, Miss Clark?
I'm a nurse.
How many children do you have?
2.
Well, I know one is living with Mr. McLean. Where is the other child?
The other one is with his father also.
How much child support do you pay for your other child?
None.
Why not?
What do you mean? Because me and him have an understanding. This thing right here, I can't have
just listen to me. Listen to me very carefully, Miss Clark.
I do for my other son, as well as I do for Michael while he's staying with his father here.
Well, listen to me. Don't talk to me with attitude. There's only one attitude here, and that's mine.
I will.
Listen to me very carefully, madam. There's only one attitude here. And Officer Byrd will tell you that that attitude is mine. So let me give you a primer course in parenting. When 2 people have a child, it is the responsibility of both parents to support them. So that if while your son is living with his father and you buy him things, clothes,
and anything else he needs.
Just a second. Clothes, doctor's visits, extra school activities, sneakers, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You're also supposed to be responsible for your child's portion of his rent, gas, electric, food, telephone. That's what his father is taking care of. He's not supposed to be sending you money so that you can spend his money on clothes for your child. That's money that you're supposed to be paying out of the money you make from being a nurse. So when your son went to live with his father, the child support should have terminated. The truth of the matter is, while your son is living with his father, you should be paying his father child support. And if you're not paying child support to the father of your other child, when your other child's living there, you're doing the wrong thing too. So let's figure this out. There are 4.3 weeks in a month times 4. Oh, got to turn it on first. 4.3 times 4. No, that's wrong.
Can I have it?
Yeah, you figure it out.
His child support was stopped in April.
What?
His support was stopped in April. We went to court about this matter.
It was stopped in April.
8th, 408.
April 8th, so we just need 2 months. So it's 272 times 2. $544.
That's right.
Where do you get $1,136 from?
I must have underestimated the cost of it, but I also wanted to where I had to go file for court.
I'm sure she had to go. I'm sure she had to go.
No, you don't.
Don't speak to each other. You want to speak to each other? You do that outside. Here, you only speak to me. Okay. So let's say you had him for an additional 3 weeks. It's approximately $150. That would be $694 that you paid for support while he was living with you.
Yes.
Is she paying child support now? Did she pay you any child support in April or May?
No, she haven't.
Got away with murder. What you should have done is when you went in to have the child support stopped, you should have sued her for child support. Put your hand down. As long as the child is living with you, you have the right to sue for child support against the non-custodial parent. Tap your fingers. You may not like the message, but don't kill the messenger. That's the law. Just like when your child is living with you, you sue the non-custodial parent. Just because he's the father doesn't mean you get a free ride. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $694. That's all.
Now, this is case number 91 on the calendar in the matter of Hunting versus Rodriguez. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Hunting, according to what I read, there was a poker game that was going on in your home?
Correct.
And the defendant was one of the participants in the game. There was some sort of a disagreement as to who had the winning hand. Defendant lost, and you claimed that in a tiff, when he left, he damaged your car. He says he didn't do it. How do you know him?
He is just a friend of a friend, and he was invited to my house by our mutual friend.
Do you have a regular poker game that goes on in your house?
No, it was just for fun.
How many people were there?
6.
Men or women?
There were 2 women and 4 men.
How many of the men did you know?
3 of them.
He was the only one you didn't know?
Correct.
What about the other woman?
She's my witness, Tristan.
So tell me what happened.
Well, it was August 27th, 2004, and we just had a gathering at my house of friends, and he came with our friend Robert, and I had no reservations about it. I was okay with that. And I think he had been drinking before he came over, but I still wasn't really concerned. He decided to participate in our game, and it had gone on for a good couple hours with no problems. We were all just hanging out having fun, no problems at all. And then when he had thought he won a hand and there was some questions about it, he kind of got defensive and aggressive when we tried to tell him otherwise. And he got angry at us, and he started calling names and pushing people and getting up and getting violent.
So what happened next?
Well, we tried to break it up. He tried to fight my boyfriend. He was calling names. He picked up a bike and actually threw it across the deck and bruised my friend's arm. I have a picture.
Did you do that?
No, ma'am.
Why would she make up such a story?
I don't know. I can't
Did you
really
lose a hand in
speculate.
poker?
No, ma'am. I still remember the hand.
Well, was there some sort of a dispute as to whether you won?
Yes, ma'am.
So you won the game,
Yes, ma'am.
and then they told you you lost the game and couldn't take the money.
Actually, her boyfriend had agreed that I won, and then she jumped in the middle, tried to read his cards, said, "No, you won, look at your hand." He looked, and then he agreed, tried to take the money. But he already called the wrong hand. He called a hand lower than mine. I started taking the money down. He kept trying to argue with me. She kept jumping in the middle. I admit I did call her, but it wasn't really directed towards her. It was like, I don't want to hear what any have to say when 2 men are playing a game. It's our money, it's our game. No one else is in the game.
The women weren't playing?
No, they already lost.
Sorry.
They already lost all their money, so there's only 3
But the
people
women
left.
had been playing,
Yes, ma'am.
and you did play with the women.
Yes, ma'am.
So it wasn't as if you don't want to play with women, that it was
Oh,
just a
no.
man's game.
No, we were all playing. They lost. There were 3 of us left.
And nothing happened with the bicycle.
No, there was a bike in the way, but I was getting pulled out of their house, and I bumped into a bike. I never picked a bike up, threw it, or anything like that.
Okay, then according to you, Miss Hunting, Mr. Rodriguez damaged your car when he left. How did he damage your car?
He damaged 2 vehicles. He was inside, and it took a good 15 minutes to get him calmed down. We were trying to calm him down. He wouldn't calm down, so he was physically removed from my house.
How was he physically removed?
By our friend Robert.
Is that right?
Yeah, he escorted me out of the house.
He pulled you out?
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't want to leave?
No, her boyfriend had tried to start a fight with me, so I stood up. We were going to fight, and he didn't want to fight, and then her mom came in, said we're going to call the police, told her to call the police, you know. They're trying to rob me of my money.
So you still felt as if you were owed that money
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
pot. So you didn't want to leave without your money.
No, ma'am.
So you were pulled out by Robert.
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened when you were pulled out, Mr. Rodriguez?
Well, he pulled me out, but right before the door closed, I said, look, you know, I'll leave, but I want my money, at least the money I put into the pot in the beginning. They went and got my money. He gave it to me. He walked to his car and got in and left.
Who walked to the car?
Me and Robert.
Robert was the one who had brought you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was a friend of yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he still a friend of yours?
Yeah.
See him?
Yeah. He lives on the same street, so, yeah, we see
Good.
each other.
And you claim that he damaged cars when he left. You have any witness? Did you see him do that?
I actually have Robert here as a witness.
Really? Bring him in. And Robert is your friend.
Yes, ma'am.
So Robert wouldn't lie for her.
I can't speak on that. He's intimate with her friends, so a lot of people do a lot of things when they're with somebody.
I don't think that's important.
Swear the witness, please.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth in these matters?
Yes, I do.
State your name for the record, please.
Robert Silva.
Mr. Silva, Mr. Rodriguez says that you're a friend of his. Is that right?
That's correct.
How long have you known him?
About 15, 16 years.
You invited him to a party on the 27th of August at Miss Hunting's home. Is that right?
Yes.
You were playing poker?
Yes.
And there was some sort of a dispute over a winning hand. We're getting past that. Did you see an incident involving Mr. Rodriguez and a bicycle?
No.
Didn't see him pick up or toss a bicycle?
No.
Did you remove him from the house?
We walked out together.
You didn't pull him out of the house?
Pull, no. I was just, he wasn't done talking, and I think we were done talking, so I said it was time to go.
Now, when he left the house, can you describe what happened, sir?
I told him to leave, and I went to go close the door.
Look at me when you're talking.
And on the way out, I seen him kick Amber's car on the way out.
How many cars did you see him kick?
I only seen him kick Amber's car.
Did you say anything to him when you finally caught up to him?
No.
You didn't say, why did you kick Amber's car?
It's too late. It doesn't matter why. I couldn't stop it.
Oh, no. That's their witness. They say
That's their witness, sir, but you're a friend for 17 years.
Oh, yes, ma'am. But it just seems fugazi to me because...
What?
It seems a little funny to me because they said I threw a bicycle. He didn't see it.
No, he didn't see that.
I kicked 2 cars, and he only seen me kick 1. Oh, no. The story seems wrong.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Just want to make sure that you think I'm fair. Not that it's really important to me what you think, but I want you to start doing a little thinking.
And later today...
Were you annoyed that she went back to her husband?
No, Your Honor.
Well, then if you weren't annoyed, why don't you do the right thing?
Yes, you say lack of communication.
Lack of character is more like it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amber Hunting says acquaintance Daniel Rodriguez vandalized 2 of her cars after an argument over a poker game. Amber has produced a surprise eyewitness.
Did you call the police immediately?
As soon as I saw the damage to the vehicles, I went inside.
Was that the same day, the 27th of August?
Yes.
Can I see the police report, please? How old are you, Miss Hunting?
21.
You live at home with your folks?
With my mother.
And this is your mom?
Yes.
Who, if I called her as a witness, would testify about a lot of bad language that she heard, and she said she was going to call the police, correct?
Correct.
You have photographs of the vehicles?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them, please. Well, the detective who responded saw the following, Mr. Rodriguez. He saw the damage to the cars. The issue is really, was this old damage, new damage? But let me tell you what the police officer wrote. Second vehicle, 1997 Ford Escort, belonged to Amber's mother, Doreen Hunting. I noticed a circular dent near the driver's side door and chipped paint around the dent. I located several pieces of the chipped paint on the ground, directly below the dent on the door. So you know what that suggests to me, Mr. Rodriguez?
New damage.
Very smart. Now, who do you think had a motive to be angry that night?
I did.
And whose dear friend who invited them to this party says it was you who caused the damage?
Mine.
Mr. Rodriguez, if you were sitting in my place, would you think that I caused the damage?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Just want to make sure that you think I'm fair.
But
Not that it's really important to me what you think, but I want you to start doing a little thinking. What are the estimates to fix these 2 dents?
$1,893.
Together?
Yes.
That's a bargain. So not only didn't you win, sir, at poker that night, but your temper is going to cost you $1,893. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was drunkenness, and nobody was really listening to each other, and emotions run high when drinking is involved.
There were a bunch of people playing a game of poker who were too drunk to know how to really play.
It wasn't that big of a deal till my vehicles were damaged.
They were talking, you want to call the police, want to fight.
He was my friend's friend. I didn't think it was necessary. I had hoped that he would calm down.
I told him to call the police. I thought it was a good idea.
I just wanted to handle it right and take care of it, but he denied it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's no big deal, you know. I've known him 15 years. It's just one night.
Thank you for showing up and taking care of everything, and I'm glad everything's over with.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kerr versus Guthrie. Step forward, please.
26-year-old account manager Lisa Kerr is suing her ex-boyfriend, Private Eye Gary Guthrie, for a loan to buy a spy cell phone. Gary says the spy equipment was a gift.
Miss Kerr, who is this?
This is my witness, my friend Lindsay.
Mr. Guthrie, who is this?
This is my brother Adam in witness.
This is the situation as I understand it. You and Mr. Guthrie dated briefly. Was it a time he was separated from your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
And for some strange reason, according to you, Mr. Guthrie, who needed some spy equipment, that's your business, you're in security, surveillance, and you agreed to put it on your credit card, this piece of equipment that he saw that he liked. And you did. According to you, he said he was going to pay for it. The piece of equipment came, you and Mr. Guthrie no longer an item. Mr. Guthrie says that the spy equipment doesn't work.
Correct.
So he's not paying for it, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If it worked, were you going to pay for it?
Well,
Well is not an answer, Mr. Guthrie.
Well, I
if it
assumed it
worked,
was
listen to me very carefully, sir. If it worked, were you going to pay for it? Just a second. The questions get harder. What's your first name?
Gary.
Gary? Listen to me, Gary. Try not to play with me, sir, otherwise you're going to look like an idiot. If it worked, were you going to pay for it?
Yes, Your Honor.
That wasn't hard, was it, Gary?
No.
Did you actually think you were going to come here and make a fool out of me?
No.
So it didn't work. And you told the plaintiff it didn't work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the company said, send it back to us, and while you're not going to get your money back, you can buy additional merchandise.
Or switch it out for another one that might work if it
Or
came.
switch it out.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood that, right, Gary?
Yes, Your Honor.
See how mellow Gary is getting now? Gary gets it now. Because in Gary's answer, he thought he was being a wise guy, and he told me first it was a gift from her, that she bought him a gift. And then she changed her mind because she went back to her husband and they got this big bill, and that's why she's probably coming after him. That didn't ring true to me. So that's why I asked Gary if he was intending to pay her back for it if it worked. You understand, Gary? Then you bring along genius with you over here. Because the idea was, according to you, and you agree, that you were told to pack up the old equipment and send it back to the company. And you brought her over the box.
No, I didn't actually bring the box.
How did she get the box?
Through my brother.
He brought her the box.
Yes.
And she paid for sending it back.
That's correct.
Not you. She paid for sending it back. Now, genius, you can stand up.
Lisa Kerr says ex-boyfriend Gary Guthrie owes for a loan to buy a spy phone. Gary claims the phone was broken and he tried to return it.
You got a first name?
Adam.
You didn't pack up the spy equipment, did you, Adam?
I was told
Is not an answer.
I did pack up the equipment.
You did?
But I grabbed the wrong device, apparently.
What does that mean, genius?
When I gave it to Lisa and she'd shipped it off, they could tell her it was the wrong device. But I did not know because my brother was out of town. It was a phone call that told me to pack up the device.
What did you tell your brother to do?
I told him to grab my cell phone and back it up to get to her.
Your cell phone? Well, that's not a spy piece of equipment that costs $3,400.
Well, if you've seen my other cell phones, you'd understand that I have a lot of cell phones, and all my cell phones are pretty high-tech.
I somehow think, Adam, that this was a little scammy-whammy that was going on here, kids. You sent back the wrong thing. Did you send back the wrong thing?
Yes, by accident.
Ultimately, you found the device, and it had not been sent back, right?
Correct.
When you found the device that had not been sent back, what was the first thing you did?
Well, I told her I obviously
So the first thing you did was call her?
I tried to attempt to. I wasn't able to get in touch with her.
So you did call her?
Yes, once I found out it was the wrong device.
Well, then I want to know, what date did you find out it was the wrong device?
Mid-December, somewhere in the middle of December.
And when did you find out that they didn't receive the device?
It was right around December the 18th or 20th.
And when did Mr. Guthrie call you?
I actually never spoke with him about that until I had left to go on Christmas vacation, and I ended up breaking my leg. So I was out of commission for a few months, and I finally got a hold of him again in March.
So between December, when he found out that he did not give you the right piece of equipment, and March, are you telling me he never called you?
Not that I spoke with him, and not a message that I got from him, no.
So he never called?
No, ma'am.
As far as you know, he never called?
Right.
What did you do with the piece of equipment, Gary?
Well, come mid-April, we were fishing, and I was trying to get the device to work, which is the whole issue, how it didn't work. And out of frustration, it actually ended up in the lake.
So, Gary, who do you think ought to pay for this piece of equipment?
Well, my assumption, seeing that she didn't call me back for that period of time.
Didn't call you back. Did you send her a letter?
I didn't send a certified letter, Your Honor, no.
Did you send her back the piece of equipment and say, I'm sorry, my idiot brother made a mistake? The answer is no. The answer is you took the piece of equipment and you threw it in the lake. It's according to you. I don't know whether I believe you or not, but that's according to you. When did you throw it in the lake, Gary?
Let's see, April, mid-April.
So you could have done a lot of things. The first thing that you could have done was try her once on the phone, if I believed that. You couldn't get her in. So you packed the piece of equipment up and say, I'm sorry, this was a big mistake. That's in December. I'm going to bear the burden of sending it back to the company. I don't want you to send it back for another $70 because my brother doesn't know whether he's a foot or horseback, right? You chose not to do that, Gary. Were you annoyed that she went back to her husband? Huh?
No, Your Honor.
Well, then if you weren't annoyed that she went back to her husband, why don't you do the right thing?
I guess you'd say lack of communication.
Lack of character is more like it. How much was it?
The original purchase was $3,035. The other items that he chose to replace it came to an additional $223. They wouldn't send me a return authorization.
Just a second, you mean you bought other stuff, Gary? Gary! Did you buy other stuff? You bought another $223 worth of stuff?
I was trying to exchange, yes.
You were trying to exchange it for the wrong piece of equipment that your brother sent back.
Something that actually worked.
Just a second. You bought some other stuff despite the fact that your brother sent back a bad cell phone instead of this piece of spy equipment.
I wasn't aware that he'd done that, Your Honor.
Well, did you send back the other stuff that you purchased for $223?
I never received it.
We never received it because we had to give them the list of the items that we wanted in replace of it. After we gave them that list, they gave us the return authorization. Once they received the phone, they were going to send the items. Well, they never received the phone.
So they never sent the items. Why, then you shouldn't be charged for them.
But I have the email where it says we have to charge your card prior to even giving you the return
Then you have
authorization.
to call them and say you never sent those items. Do you understand? I'm not charging you for those. That you take up with the company. They never sent you the merchandise. They can't charge you.
I have done that. It's a company in Thailand. It's really the only way I can communicate with them is through email.
Well, then I would suggest that you be smarter next time and not deal with a company in Thailand and not deal with Gary.
Understood.
And his brother. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,035. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Well, out of Ewing versus West.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Ms. Ewing, it is your claim that the defendant owes you for an accident that he had with your car while he was driving your car with your permission and some small utility bill from when he left the house and you were living together. Let's deal with the accident, please, and not this utility bill. All right?
Okay.
Good. How long were you living together?
In December, it was probably about 9 months.
Okay. Sir, let's start with you. When was the accident?
Approximately December, I believe.
You want to tell me what happened?
Basically, she asked me if I could drive her to work because she was running late. Dropped her off at work, was driving to a friend of mine's house and was...
Well, why were you dropping her off at work, sir? You were borrowing her car?
She was late and...
She doesn't drive?
Yes, she does, but she was late. She had asked me if I could drop her off.
Mr. West, if she's going to work and if she's late, why isn't she driving her own car?
She could put her makeup on in the car on the way to work. More time to get ready.
Does that sound right to you?
No. He wanted to borrow my car. His truck wasn't legal to drive, so it wasn't registered.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, why didn't you say that?
That wasn't the reason I was driving her car.
Well, sir, let me tell you what you just said to me a moment ago. You said you dropped her off at work and you were going over to see a friend of yours.
Yes.
Which means you had someplace to go. And if you couldn't get there driving your truck, which you clearly wouldn't use because it wasn't legal, you needed a car that day.
I wasn't legal either, so me driving anything was not legal.
You mean you had no license?
Suspended license.
Why is that?
I was supposed to make my court hearing within 10 days. I thought it was 30.
Make what court hearing?
Court hearing I had for a ticket.
What kind of ticket?
Speeding.
Oh. See how complicated things get? Why were you letting him drive your car if he had no license?
I was under the impression that all of that was being taken care of.
What do you mean all of it was being taken care of? What does that mean?
He had more than one ticket, and I was.
I assumed he did.
I was under the impression that it was taken care of, and he had asked me not to keep bothering him about it. I didn't realize he was going to be driving my car all over town like that.
I don't care if he drives your car from here to the end of this room. Driving all over town isn't the issue. Right. Driving at all, getting behind the wheel of a car and turning on the ignition is the problem. So, Miss Ewing, you knew that he had no license.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's get to it. So you let him take you to work, go visit his friends, come back to pick you up, and you knew he had no license. I just want to get things straight. It would be so easy if I could get this without, like, pulling teeth. All right, Mr. West, so you dropped her off at work, and then you went to your friend's house. I'm waiting for the accident.
On the way to my friend's house, I was rear-ended.
Did you get out of your car?
No.
Why not?
Because I had no license.
Didn't you get out to see if maybe somebody was injured?
I was the one rear-ended.
So what? I mean, common sense would say, listen, if you were rear-ended and caused almost $3,000 worth of damage, according to her, somebody might have been hurt in the other car, even if it was their fault. Keep going. I'm getting more fascinated with this story.
The damage didn't look near as bad. It looked like it just needed a new bumper, and we had agreed. He had said that he would pay for a new bumper. A month or two later, he still had put it off. And
you're driving the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's driving the car?
No, that was the last
Never
time.
drove the car after that?
No.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The next month is when he moved out. We were bickering back and forth, I guess, but he was obviously not going to pay for the bumper. So I took it in to get an estimate for the bumper. The damage to the car apparently isn't something that you can see. It's damage more to the frame and underneath the car. The trunk pan is rippled. There's dents, or not dents, but dimples next to the sunroof from the impact of the accident. And
what? Dimples to the sunroof?
Well, during the collision, it'll send a shockwave through the body of the car. And
what do you do for a living?
I'm a waitress.
Waitresses can't give expert testimony on what happens during the course of a collision. Your statement, Mr. West, is that Miss Ewing was in 2 accidents since. How do you know she was in another accident with the car?
All I know is that she obtained new rims because she had damaged one, and the other was pretty much just hearsay.
Were you in subsequent accidents after this incident with Mr. West in December?
I was not in an I was in, I ran over a curb, if that's considered an accident.
Well, it's not an on purpose. You didn't run over the curb on purpose.
No, no.
And you damaged the car.
Mm-hmm. Well, the tires needed to be replaced, yes, ma'am.
How many tires?
2.
That's a lot of damage. You damaged the rims as well? Is not an answer.
Yes.
Get a life, Miss Ewing.
Okay.
Let me see the estimate that you have. Replace bumper cover, $284. The rest is for roof panels with sunroof, add for clear clove glass sunroof, possible rear suspension damage, clean and delivery, $20. You needed a bumper. What kind of car do you have?
2002 Honda Accord. And if you read, I mean, the gentleman explained to me why...
Listen to me, my dear. You're lucky, quite frankly, that I would award you a penny based upon the fact that you permitted an unlicensed driver to drive your car. That's your responsibility. You're the owner of the car, yes, and you can say, no, you can't drive your car because you're irresponsible. The government says that you're not responsible enough to drive any car, and I'm not giving you my car to drive. Then you wouldn't have been in this problem with him. Second thing is, I'm not prepared to say what damage was caused by somebody rear-ending him, or whether the underneath part of the car was damaged as a result of you going over a curb that required you replacing 2 tires and 2 rims. But mostly, you had no right to let an unlicensed driver drive your car. Period. End of discussion. Okay. This court is going to award you $200. You want to have the bumper fixed? Terrific. You don't? Terrific. Are you together anymore?
Questionable.
Questionable? When you say questionable, what does that mean?
That means no.
No. Listen to me very carefully, sir. You moved out in what month?
January.
Since January, have you and Miss Ewing had dinner together?
Yes.
Since January, have you and Miss Ewing gone shopping together?
Yes.
Since January, have you and Miss Ewing slept together?
Yes.
Miss Ewing, you get zero. Nothing. Nothing. You picked them, you deal with them. That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused and we'll step out.
We don't see eye to eye when it comes to our future and where we want to go.
Conflict of interest, I guess you could say.
Apparently, if he doesn't want to get a job to pay for the damages or his bills, then therefore, yeah, we apparently don't see eye to eye.
Get to the card, Mr. Livingston.
Yes, ma'am. This was really weird. I called her.
Get to the card, Mr.
I'm going to get to the
Livingston.
card. You said that I was interested. I spent 2 nights over there.
Mr. Livingston, I'm getting older by the second, sir.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. The next case.
All parties in the matter of Livingston versus Goebel, step forward, please.
Electrician David Livingston is suing his former friend, 29-year-old nurse's assistant Kimberly Goebel, for a series of unpaid loans. David says he met Kimberly on the internet and she played him for a fool.
Mr. Livingston, it is your claim that the defendant who you met on the internet and had started a relationship with owes you for 2 loans that you made to her.
Correct.
How old are you, sir?
40.
Ever been married?
Yes.
More than once?
No.
How long?
Well, a little over a year.
Long time ago?
Yes, 13 years.
So you've been single ever since? You're looking for the right girl?
Well, one day.
She's not it.
I understand that. It was never that way, Your Honor.
No. I'm just telling you.
Right.
She's not it. When did you start communicating with Miss Goebel on the internet?
It was about June or July of last year.
And when for the first time did you meet her?
Probably about a month after we started talking.
Of 04?
Yes.
Where did you meet her?
We first met, she needed some stuff. She needed some feminine stuff. And so she asked me as a favor, as a friend, and I went and took her some feminine materials.
That's the first time you met her?
I believe so, Your Honor.
You mean you communicated on the internet and she said, I have to go get some feminine hygiene stuff, and you said, okay, I'll come and pick you up?
There was a lot of history behind that, Your Honor. Because we had talked on the phone also. We talked on the phone also.
I don't care whether you talked on the phone. I don't care whether you blew up balloons together, whether you sent pigeons to each other's homes. Doesn't make any difference to me. It just seems very peculiar that the first time that you meet a woman, she takes you to the drugstore to buy her feminine products.
Well, you know, I do have to correct myself, Your Honor. I believe the first time we met, we went to a bar for a beer.
Now that sounds like a thing. Is that what happened to Miss Goebel?
And the whole time that we were sitting there communicating, she was on the cell phone the whole time.
Listen, Mr. Livingston, if now you're telling me that the first time you met, she sat on the phone talking to somebody, and then you gave her money sometime in the future, that doesn't make you look too smart.
Well, I understand that, Your Honor, but
okay, good. So, August is when you met for the first time.
Correct.
Now, I'd like you to tell me when you gave her money for the first time.
It was in
The
November?
questions are going to get harder, sir. Your lawsuit involves 2 different dates that you gave her money.
Correct.
Those should be right up there, because the questions are going to get more complex after that.
Okay. It was approximately 1st of September.
So, within a couple of weeks of meeting her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, tell me about that.
Well, she had always played this hard luck story. She was trying to change her life. Said she'd quit drugs. She was trying to get away from the people that she was hanging out with. And when I was down and out, somebody was there to help me. And she pretty much played me that she was a wounded duck and she was trying to change her life. She said if she didn't get her phone bill paid, she couldn't talk to her mom, she couldn't talk to those people that were important to her. And so it didn't happen overnight. She asked me several times, and there were several times that I said, Kim, quit calling me. And she would also call back and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I understand, and can we be friends? I said,
so
sure.
you gave her how much to pay for her phone bill?
I actually paid it for her. I went down to Smith's, got a money order, and mailed it in for $50 for her cell phone bill.
Okay, and the next?
The next was she bought a car.
When?
She purchased a car in February of this year.
So since August, you've been in a relationship with you're talking about February
Friendship.
2005.
Friendship.
So between September and February, I assume she didn't pay you back the $50.
Correct. She kept saying that there was a lawsuit, she was going to get a settlement on.
There's my uncle who's coming and is going to help me get straight.
Correct.
How much money did you give her in February?
Again, it was not an overnight situation. Okay.
How much money did you give her in February?
It was a little over $220, somewhere right.
Okay, so that's what she owes you.
She owes me that and also for her insurance. I paid her insurance for it.
How much was that?
$50.
What's next?
Well, basically what happened is that her birthday was in March, 2nd of March, And I called her. She is trying to make this into a relationship gone bad. It is not a relationship gone bad. She made a verbal promise to me, and that's all that matters. I did buy her something for her birthday. I bought her a necklace that said Friends on it. Okay, I since took it back to Walmart. But, okay, but the situation is that she is very, very good about manipulating somebody's feelings to make you think that you are her friend.
Well, that's what she did to you, sir.
That's exactly what she did to me.
No, I did not.
Who do you live with?
I'm living with my ex, which is my baby's father.
How old is your baby?
2.
Do you have only one child?
No, I have 3.
Where are the other 2?
They're living with me.
Did you ever go out with Mr. Livingston and your 3 children?
Well, he came over to my son's birthday party.
And when did the father of your youngest child come back into the picture?
Well, I was living with him at the time, and he was my friend, and he came over to the birthday party.
So you were living with your boyfriend?
Well, he's my ex. I've been separated for like a year and a half.
Did you know that he was living there, Mr. Livingston?
Yes, I did.
Did you know who he was?
Yes, I did. And what I asked her is, I said, I have never in my life heard a situation to where a girlfriend and boyfriend break up and they're living together. Why is he living there, Kim? She says, because if I don't let him live there, he is not going to let me see my child. He's going to withhold my child from me. Your Honor, I come from a situation to where my ex held my children from me, and I was sensitive to that. Okay?
Mr. Livingston.
Yes, ma'am.
It sounds to me you were a little bit smitten with the defendant, because otherwise you wouldn't have even asked that question, right? So it sounds to me as if
that is not true, Your Honor. She was trying to better her life, and she could not better her life when he wasn't working, he wasn't paying for groceries, he wasn't doing anything but sucking her dry.
Mr. Livingston, if you want to be a benevolent guy, and if you want to be a mentor, there are kids there in the Boys and Girls Club that you can mentor.
I understand.
You were mentoring Miss Goebel because you were smitten with her.
No, ma'am, that's not true.
Yeah, well, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second, sir.
I also got a call from her ex, and he basically said, what kind of trouble do you want with me? And I said, you know what, this is none of your business. If you call here again, I'm going to file suit on you. He called right back, and he said, the disciples are going to be after you.
Mr. Livingston.
So,
all very interesting, sir.
thank you, Your Honor.
Fascinating. Can I see the card that you are dying to show me, Bird? Would you get that card for me, please?
Sure.
May I explain that card, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, this card was...
Yes, now you can explain this love card.
Thank you, Your Honor. She had asked me a lot of times to fix her car. I said I could not financially do it. When I could finally do it, I said, is he leaving tomorrow? And she said, yes. I said, well, that would be a better environment, because I didn't like the guy. I didn't like him around. He was an idiot. He was aggressive, everything else. So anyway, so I felt better working by myself without having him around. Not because I was closer to her, but because it was a better environment for me. Because he's a violent
Get to the card, Mr. Livingston.
Yes, ma'am. So she calls me and says, I want a relationship with you. I said, what are you talking about? You know, that's quote, end quote. I want a relationship with you, Dave. And I said, you know what, you don't have to do this, Kim. I'm your friend. I'm going to fix your car regardless. You don't have to say that. So I was out of town for 2 days. I got her that birthday present, that $40 friendship necklace. And when I came back, all of a sudden, I mean, this was really weird. I called her.
Could you give me the
Yes.
Get to the card,
I'm going to
Mr.
get to the card.
Livingston. It says I love you.
I bought her the card
be
because when I got back from out of town, we had a fight. Because now understand, I had spent 2 nights over there. You said that I was interested in her. I spent 2 nights over there, and I didn't lay a hand on her. Okay. The card was given to her because there was an interest there. Okay, but
Mr. Livingston.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
I'm getting older by the second, sir. Listen to me very carefully, Mr. Livingston.
Yes, Your Honor.
The fact that she said to you, I want a relationship with you, doesn't answer the question. I said to you, were you smitten with her? You said no.
I was not.
But I'm speaking.
Yes,
you
Your
said
Honor.
no. You said I cared about her because she was a human being, and people helped me when I was trying to turn my life around, and I was trying to help her. It had nothing to do with a romantic feeling. So the fact that, listen to me very carefully, try to put on your listening ears.
Yes, ma'am.
The fact that she says to you, I want a relationship with you, your response is, Kim, I don't feel that way about you. I want to be your friend and help you because I'm a human being, and from one human being to another, I have no romantic interest in you at all. The fact that she said to you, I want a relationship with you, doesn't mean you send her a love letter. Unless you are smitten with her, Mr. Livingston. Now, you can talk until you're blue in the face, until I'm tall and you're short, but that's the truth of the matter.
Then, Your Honor.
No, cross it off. If you're looking for a mate, sir, she is not it. Put a period It's over. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
Your Honor,
Goodbye.
I can recover.
Good luck. Have a happy life. Cross it off. It's money down the sewer. It's over. Goodbye. Not alone.
Number 413 on the calendar in the matter of Spicer versus Spicer. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Spicer, this gentleman is your former husband, and you claim that he owes you for a potpourri of things. Loans, tattoos, a whole bunch of stuff. And your former husband says you just have to get on with your life. He's gotten on with his, and you should get on with yours,
Yes,
pretty much.
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you married?
9 years.
You have children?
Not together, no, ma'am.
When were you divorced?
June 2001.
And then, according to your complaint, there was a period of reconciliation.
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
February 2000.
And while the divorce was pending, you got back together again?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you allowed the divorce to go through?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. After you allowed the divorce to go through, did you still live together?
Yes, ma'am.
For how long?
3.5 years.
Now tell me about the loans that you allege.
There was a period of time when he started a restoration shop, an automobile restoration shop.
When?
That was last year.
Tell me about it.
He needed to get his shop up on its feet. He went through a downtime. So he asked me if I would put some charges on my credit card so that he could get the 2 cars that he had in the shop up and running. And once he got those sold, he would repay me the money.
Were you living together at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else was living in the household?
My daughter.
How old is she?
17 now.
Okay. How much did he put on your credit card?
$1,920.
You have those bills?
Yes, ma'am.
Show it to him. Take a look at those, Mr. Spicer. I want you to look at them carefully, please.
I deny these charges. It's untrue.
Okay. Can I take a look at them, please? Okay, and according to you, I assume he sold the cars, which was the
Yes, ma'am.
condition of the loan, that once he sold the cars.
I never asked her for a loan, Your Honor.
Did you ever use her credit card, Mr. Spicer, to charge?
Negative. I never used her credit card. She used her credit card.
But was it for parts for these 2 cars? Is
No.
my question.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Well, do you have the underlying bills? I can't tell here what these are
Exactly.
for. It says Fast Strip Foods, Duke. How is that for?
That was fuel for his vehicles.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. I'm not entertaining this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
There was a phone bill that was from the phone that was left in my name at his house. Him accepting collect charges from the lady that's sitting there in the chair while she was in jail.
Okay, so there came a time when you moved out.
Yes, ma'am. He put me and my daughter out.
Under what circumstances did he move you out?
Because he wanted to move his new girlfriend and her daughter in.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When Mrs. Spicer moved out, she says that you left a phone that was in your house in her name, and you allowed collect calls from this lady to come into the house that she's stuck paying for. Is that true?
Yes, that is true, with an explanation. A month before she actually moved out, I asked her to please take the PG&E and the phone out of her name and put them in mine. She never done that. Then I had been paying insurance on both of our vehicles for 3 months consecutive, and that was almost
Put your hand down.
$1,000. She went behind my back, and as soon as I had paid my payment, she canceled my truck off of the insurance policy. And I had just paid $323. So I told her, because she done that, and Allstate reimbursed her with my money I had just paid out of my checking account, that I wasn't going to pay the phone bill.
Okay.
Because they equaled each other.
What about some of these charges, sir? Some of them, not all of them, but some of them on this credit card. Are some of those your charges?
Well, I've got receipts for certain charges that are on there. A lot of what she's talking about, I spent out of my money over $2,000 fixing up her truck out of my pocket. And I've
Right.
got the receipts to show that.
You can buy $2,000 worth of supplies for her truck, Mr. Spicer. You can't elect to charge that off against her loan to you.
She never gave me a loan, Your Honor.
Yes, there was a loan, because what was said was, and I believe your former wife, that you said, I want to put some charges for the cars, for the restoration for the cars on your credit card. As soon as I sell them, I'll reimburse you.
Okay.
That's alone. Listen to me carefully. That's alone. You saying to her, I'm going to fix up your truck, that's not alone.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Right.
Do you understand me, sir?
I understand you exactly,
All right.
ma'am.
Now you acknowledge that certain of these charges on here were yours.
It depends on the dates on them. I opened my shop in January. I used my own money to open my shop.
Okay.
I didn't see anything on there from January.
VW Country, Bakersfield, California. What is that?
I'd like to present that.
Yes? And what is it?
It's for a set of tires that she bought me as a gift for Christmas. The date on the receipt is December 21st.
Just a second.
I
Listen to
spent-
me. Shh. A set of tires.
There's 2 receipts. I bought the rims, she bought the tires.
For what?
For a doom buggy.
What'd you do with it?
It's gone.
Did it evaporate? Did it go to VW heaven, sir? What happened to it?
It's been sold.
Who got the money?
I did.
Right. So you owe her $429.
So
Listen to
basically
me.
something is told that it's a gift isn't a gift.
Let me tell you, Mr. Spicer,
Okay.
I believe her when she says that you said to her, want to put some money on your credit card. When I sell it, I'll give you back the money. And whether you like my decision or not, I quite frankly don't give a rat's behind. So, $429. I'm speaking. My mouth is moving.
What
Don't
does that have to
irritate
do
me.
with my
I listened
VW
to you
restoration
already.
shop?
We don't go back and forth.
Okay.
We don't go back and forth. She tells me her story, you tell me your story, I rule, then you be quiet, we move on to the next order of business. Do you understand? That's the way it goes in court, Mr. Spicer.
Right, but you're justifying that one has something to do with the other.
What, is there something wrong
I
with you?
didn't build that in my VW
Just a second,
shop.
is there something wrong with you? I've just explained something to you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You wanted money for a tattoo, you gave it to him?
Yes, ma'am, on his leg of his girlfriend's daughter's name.
So, what do you want me to do about that? You picked him.
That's true.
And later today,
You think it's going to make your mother and father happy to come and visit you in prison?
No.
Have they ever had to do that?
Yes.
You think it made them happy?
No.
Think it made them proud?
No.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Naomi Spicer says ex-husband Duke Spicer owes for credit card charges, collect calls from his new girlfriend, and a tattoo.
Now we're going to move on to the next order of business, part of which is you're going to tell me why you brought this lady to court today.
In case I needed her for a witness.
For what?
For something that she would allege.
For what? Give me for what?
I have no idea.
You just brought her to be irritating. But she can leave. You could step out.
Okay.
You could step out. You're not necessary. Just irritating. Finish Master, Bakersfield, California.
Since Paint and Supplies.
27360. Is that somebody that you deal with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you get the insurance back from insurance that you canceled from the last
No, ma'am.
premium? Show me. Would you just show me the document where it indicates it went to her?
There's not a document. They told me because the insurance policy isn't.
You can't tell me that, sir. That's hearsay. Can I see the phone bill, please? Is your fiancée in jail?
Yes, she was.
For how long?
About a month and a half.
For what?
Old warrants.
From when to when? July and August?
Yes.
Okay. These are your calls, sir. You don't expect her to pay for the phone calls from your girlfriend, do you?
No, but I'd expect to get my $323 back on my insurance policy.
Sue her. You don't have a counterclaim. You understand? Sue her. You don't have a counterclaim.
Nah, I don't need the money that bad.
Good. Fine. Now, what about this tattoo? I'm going to handle it very, very quickly. He wanted money for a tattoo. You gave it to him?
Yes, ma'am. We were on vacation.
Good. So he had a tattoo put on
his leg of his girlfriend's daughter's name.
So, what do you want me to do about that? You picked him.
That's true.
You picked him. What do you want me to do?
That's true.
I mean, he didn't say to you, I want a loan so I could put a tattoo on my leg, right? You're just annoyed that he put somebody else's name on the
Correct.
tattoo.
That's
You're just
correct.
annoyed. Well, you know, tell that to your therapist. This is a court. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,199. That's all.
What is our excuse? You may step out.
It's the point that he shouldn't have a woman pay his bills. He should be a man and pay his own bills.
She's just vindictive. She's jealous. She lost him and I got him.
As far as me being jealous that he's with somebody else, no, I'm over it.
She tried setting me up and had me put in jail, quite a few different things.
I foolishly took him back. I loved him.
She moved 2 doors down from us, so life stays interesting.
She was stupid for paying for the tattoo, which was my daughter's name. She's obviously upset about that. So
I won my case. I proved my point. I proved that he's the liar that he is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Blackman versus Jackson, step forward, please.
27-year-old student Shawnkeeta Blackman is suing her neighbor, daycare provider Cheryl Jackson, and Cheryl's son Giovanni for the cost to fix her car. Shawnkeeta says 14-year-old Giovanni got drunk, took his sister's car, and crashed it into her vehicle.
Miss Jackson, this is your son?
yes,
How many sons do you have?
3,
How many of them got drunk and damaged Miss Blackman's car?
1.
Him? What's your name?
Giovanni,
Who did you get drunk with?
my brother,
How old is he?
12,
How old are you?
14,
Where'd you get the liquor from?
store.
Who bought it?
We stole it.
What kind of liquor did you steal?
E&J.
What's that?
A&J is cognac or something like that.
Cognac. Oh, a Renaissance man. Where were your parents when you stole this cognac
They were
and
asleep.
got drunk?
They were asleep
What time was it?
around like 10.
Is it a school night?
Yeah.
What was the date of this incident?
The date was October 19th, 2:23 a.m. in the morning.
Now, after you got drunk, Giovanni, what did you do?
Well, my brother went to take the car, so he just got the keys, and then I just took the car.
Where were you going?
Just around.
Drunk.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Yes.
And you backed up into her car?
No, I pulled in.
So you'd already been for your ride?
Yeah. Yes.
And when you pulled the car back in, you hit her car?
Yes.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was drunk.
How many times have you been stopped by the police?
I don't know. Like, not a lot.
What's not a lot? Less than 5 times?
Yes.
For what?
Theft stuff.
What did you steal?
Clothes.
Well, other than stealing, what did you get stopped by the police for?
Going to schools.
You mean the police stopped you from going to school?
No, for going to other schools like that I don't go to.
Oh, well, what were you going to other schools for? They weren't teaching you well enough in your school?
No.
Okay, so you have a 12-year-old brother, is that right?
Yes.
Are you the oldest?
Yes.
He's your oldest child?
Oldest child, no.
Not the oldest child, the oldest boy. Oldest son.
You have a sister who's older?
Yes.
How old is she?
I think like 26.
She live at home?
Yes.
And who else lives in your house?
My dad.
What does he do?
Construction.
What about your mother?
Child care provider.
You have any other brothers and sisters who've been stopped by the police for stealing?
No.
You're the only success story. You think that it makes your mother and father really proud when the police come to the house and ask for you?
No.
So why do you do it?
I don't know.
Now, Miss Jackson, you were not supervising your 2 children, aged 14 and 12. They went to a store. They stole alcohol. They came back, they drank the alcohol and got drunk. They then stole your daughter's car, and they damaged Miss Blackman's car. Those are the facts that we agree on. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you explain to me why you are not responsible.
Because I didn't give him permission to take the car.
So?
I'm also victimized. He's doing all kind of things against my permission, and I just need help. We're in need of help, too.
That's true, but he's yours. He's your problem. You say in your answer that there are 2 reasons why you should not be responsible for repairing her car. One, that her car was partially on your property.
Yes.
And the second reason is she should have reported it to her insurance company because it was a brand new car and she has insurance, right?
Yes.
Where's your responsibility?
I didn't give him permission to take the car.
You don't have to give him permission to take the car. It's your
I didn't
responsibility.
give him permission to drink either.
You don't have to give him permission. You're his mother. You're supposed to see to it that somebody who's been in trouble on numerous occasions is watched and monitored all the time, especially when he's in your house. This isn't something that happened away from the house. He took his brother late at night while you were sleeping, 10 o'clock. according to him. Went out, got alcohol. The keys were accessible to the car. He got drunk in your home. So you may not have given him permission. It's your responsibility as his parent to know what's going on. And I see that he's trouble, but it's your responsibility to do the best you can to see to it that he is monitored before he kills somebody. You like me giving your mother a hard time because of you?
No.
Does that make you angry?
Yes.
Well, it's too bad. What you do reflects on your mother and father. If they raised a bum, it's their fault. Are you a bum?
No.
You have a mother, you have a father, you have siblings, you have parents who work. They try to do the right thing. And if you do the wrong thing, then what you've done is say, your life is a failure because you raised a bum. You want that?
No.
You better straighten up your act. You think it's going to make your mother and father happy to come and visit you in prison?
No.
Have they ever had to do that? Well, you have to think about whether your parents have had to come to detention to take you out.
Yes.
Did they ever?
Yes.
You think it made them happy?
No.
Think it made them proud?
No.
What happened to you as a result of that?
Probation.
Mm-hmm. Can I see the estimates for the car, please, Miss Blackman?
Sure.
Father work hard, Giovanni?
Yeah.
It's hard labor, isn't it?
Yes.
You know how much money he makes?
Mm-mm.
He gets paid by the hour? Does he get paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much does he make an hour?
About $19.
You know how many hours he has to work to make $3,408?
No.
A lot of hours. Anything you have to say to me?
No.
Come up with something like, I'm sorry I was such an idiot and caused my parents so much aggravation. And I'm sorry I damaged Miss Blackman's car. I want to hear all those things from you. Louder!
I'm sorry for damaging Miss Blackman's car.
What else?
And I'm sorry I put my mom in debt through this.
Has he ever spent a weekend in jail?
He spent 3 days in juvenile hall. That's where we picked him up from.
Has he been in trouble since?
He won't go to school. He won't keep the probation.
Won't go to school and keep the probation, right?
He needs to stop drinking and smoking.
Maybe Bird can have a conversation with him. Maybe. In any event. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,408. That's all.
Parties are both on the calendar in the matter of Hubbard versus Votapa. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Hubbard, the defendant is your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, your mother promised to give you some money towards the purchase of a car.
Right.
You say that she promised to give you at least $1,000.
Yes.
You went out and purchased a car, and how much did you spend for the car?
The car was actually like $5,500.
I thought you said you spent $3,000.
$3,000 was actually how much I was going to spend on the car when I told my mom. But I actually ended up spending $5,500 because she told me she was going to give me some money.
Excuse me. Shh, just a minute.
Your Honor?
Speak not.
No, I've got pertinent information. We never agreed to any amount of money to give him.
Quiet.
But we never agreed.
Could you be quiet?
We never
it's the last
agreed.
time.
I actually, you know what, Your Honor? $3,000 was how much I said I was going to spend on my car. That's the truth.
You did sign this complaint,
Yes, I
did you
did.
not, sir, where you
Yes,
say
I
I
did.
bought a car for $3,000?
Right.
All right, so let me see
sorry.
the bill of sale for the car that you bought. Now you
Okay.
say you spent $5,500.
This is actually the loan that I had to take out. You see, Your Honor, actually, you know what, though? The thing is, this whole court... Just
a second.
Okay.
The amount of credit approved was $45.75.
Right, because
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you say that your mother promised to give you at least $1,000. When did she promise to give you this $1,000?
Okay, I got in my car accident. I totaled my car back in March of 2002. And after that, my stepmother, Vicky, she called my mom and told her about the accident. Then I called my mom just to let her know I was okay and everything like that. And she told me, since how my dad bought the first car, she was going to help me like with the second car. She told me she'd give me like $1,200. And she ended up giving me $200 in May as a down payment. And then she told me she'd give me like $100, you know, a month after that because she couldn't afford to just give me $1,000 like right off the bat. So I said, I was like, you sure you want to do this, you know? And she's like, yeah, your dad helped you. I want to help you the best I can. I said, okay, that was fine. And so that was the agreement between us. And actually, my mom is really, really a really good mom. I love her to death. She raised me and my brother and my sister as like a single mom, and she did a really good job.
So what are you suing her for?
This is the reason why I'm suing her. I'm suing her actually because the way she's been using her money lately just is not right because She told me the reason why she wasn't giving me $100 a month is because of her financial problems. I thought she had like serious financial problems, which she actually, it comes to be like out that she really didn't have that many financial problems because like a couple months later, she told me she bought 2 new cars. She bought a new car for herself and for my stepfather. I'm like, you know, if you have financial problems, why do you have enough money to buy 2 new cars? And I had to get I had to work extra hours. I'm in college, so I had to like work like 40 hours a week and go to college, and it was killing me. And I was doing it because I thought she had financial problems. Then to come find out, just a couple months ago, I found out she wants to pose in an adult magazine, and she's putting a portfolio together to do that.
So, what does that have to do with you?
Well, this is my mom, and I really think
It has nothing to do with you. The only issue is whether she promised to give you another $800.
Your Honor?
She did.
I didn't ask you anything.
But I have some pertinent information.
You
Because
said
it was
that
never-
before, and I said I'm not interested in what you have to say right now, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so she actually told me...
Quiet.
Okay.
Did you have a conversation with your son after he had an automobile accident?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay. And did you indicate to him that you would help him purchase a new car?
Not exactly.
What exactly did you say to him?
I told him that I was going to send him $200 to help him with the down payment of a car. Plus, I sent him $50 for his birthday and advised that he use that towards the down payment of a car. I told him that I would try to send him $100 a month, maybe $50 a month, whatever I could try.
I don't want to hear you. I'm listening to your mother now. She was quiet. Now you keep quiet.
Okay.
I want you to try to think. Try to clear your mind. And I want you to try to think of exactly what you said to him. You said you would give him the down payment, which you gave him. And you did tell him that you would try to send him something every month.
Correct.
How much did you say you would send him every month?
I didn't give him a set amount. I told him it would be anywhere from, I said if I could send him 100, I would. If I could send him 50, I would. You know, if I could send something, I would. But I did not set a dollar amount, and I didn't say that I'd send him $1,000 either. I was just trying to help him as I could. And I think that he's just being really vindictive right now because of the fact that we have different moral values.
Your Honor.
And
I'm not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's upset with me because I am planning on doing a photo shoot with an adult magazine, and I think that he's just being vindictive in bringing me into court for that money because he doesn't want me to do that.
Well, it sounds to me as if you and your son enjoyed a pleasant relationship. Is that right?
That is very correct, yes.
Okay. How old is he?
He's 19.
And how old are you?
I'm 38.
Do you have other children?
Yes, I do.
How many other children do you have?
I have 2.
How old are they?
15 and 10.
And your 15-year-old is a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Where does he live?
With me.
And what about the 10-year-old?
She's a girl and she's with me.
Okay. If what you're telling me is that your son is upset with you, and you say because we have different morals, that's not probably true. Not upset with you because you have different morals. It sounds to me like he's upset with you because he thinks that you made a choice that's going to embarrass him, embarrass yourself, embarrass his brother, embarrass his sister, and to be quite honest with you, madam, although this is not part of this case, he's 100% correct. You have made a very dumb choice. If you think at 38 years old, as the mother of 3 children, one of whom is 19 years old, and the other one is a 15-year-old teenager, and the other one is a 10-year-old, if you think you're going to have a new career, Hollywood is going to find you at age 38 posing in a magazine that's going to embarrass your child, you're nuts. Hollywood's not looking for you. Do you understand? Hollywood is not looking for you. Not. And if you make $5,000 doing this photo shoot, it's not worth the respect of your children. So I would do a little bit of rethinking along those lines, and that's just gratuitous advice from somebody. Somebody offered me a lot more at my age, and who would want to look at it, I don't know, but the truth of the matter is, at age 38, you're a very attractive woman, but your body is not the same as somebody who's 22. And if somebody's going to pay $1.50 to look in a magazine, they're going to look at somebody who's 22, not somebody who's 38 or slightly older.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wouldn't have went out and bought that expensive of a car if I wouldn't have thought that she was going to give me the money. I'm not retarded, you know?
Oh.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Hubbard says his mother, Samantha Votava, promised to give him $1,000 so he could purchase a car. Michael says she came up a little short.
Mr. Hubbard, I'm not exactly sure what she said. She probably said to you, I'm going to try to send you $100 a month.
Yeah, she did.
I believe that she said that to you. Okay. I'm going to try to send, put your hand down. I'm going to try to send you $100 a month. I believe she said that. That is not a promise to pay you $100 a month, sir.
She did promise. She even told her. She didn't just tell me, she told my stepmom too. And I wouldn't have went out and bought that expensive of a car if I wouldn't have thought that she was going to give me the money. I'm not retarded, you know?
Oh.
That's a matter of opinion.
I don't believe that she said to you, I am going to give you $100 a month.
She said she did. She did. She did.
Go ahead,
she said,
step up. Last name is?
Hubbard.
All
I'm a
right.
stepmother.
You're a stepmother.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The day of the car accident, I called her to let her know that he was in a car accident. And she said, she was hysterical, and she said, I will pay him $1,000. She kept saying over and over, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to send him the money. She said something like $200 a month that she was going to be sending him.
No, you say 200, he says 100.
No,
she sends a month. She got a little confused.
She told me 200 a month. And then she would call, because I speak to her more often than they speak. So she said she started off with a 200 a month, and then 1,000, and then it just all disappeared after she wanted to pursue other things. You want me to sit down?
Your Honor, she did. She gave me that $200. She gave me the $200 as a down payment, and then she gave me $50 and told me, she said, you should probably put it towards your car.
You don't belong here suing your mother, sir.
You don't understand. We talked, and she said, I'm going to give you $1,200.
You don't belong here suing your mother, sir. I'm going to explain a little contract law to you. Ordinarily, there has to be in a contract some consideration. So if somebody says, I'm going to give you $1,000, there has to be a consideration for it in exchange for you doing something, in exchange for you naming the car. What's your first name?
Samantha.
The Samantha. I'm going to give you $1,000.
Okay.
In this instance, there was no consideration. She merely said to you, according to you, I'm going to give you this money.
Right.
A valid contract has not been created unless it was in writing, and this wasn't in writing. Is that right?
Right. It wasn't in writing.
Wasn't.
Okay.
Just, I'm educating you.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
me try to educate you for a moment, because maybe you learned something. In this case, if I believe that she said to you, I am going to give you $1,000, and you acted on that by going out and purchasing a car to your detriment, which means you did something that was putting yourself in a financial bind, based upon her promise, that is an exception to the rule so that the courts can enforce that. Do you understand that, Bert?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you could still be held responsible, if I believe that. But what I believe is your mom said to you, I'm going to try to give you $50, $100, $200 a month towards the car. And you were hopeful that she was going to do that. And in reliance on that, you went out and bought the car of your dreams, which was what, sir?
95 Nissan 200SX. It actually was, that's not that expensive of a car. It was used, it was a private owner. So
No, but you could have bought a Saturn.
I could have bought a Saturn.
A 1995 Saturn
Your
for a lot
Honor.
less, right?
Right, but she said that she's going to give me $1,200. Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
What?
As a matter of fact, I had a 92 Saturn when he was wanting me to give him, you know, this money.
Now, this gentleman is who?
This is my husband.
Okay, he's dying to say something. Now I'm going to let him speak. Now stand up, sir. Now, how long have you been married?
2 years.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a manufacturing engineer. What I wanted to say was that my stepson, using poor judgment, bought a car. When he bought the car, he didn't put full coverage on it. So when he got in the wreck, my wife was beside herself. She came to me and asked me, can we send him what we can? And I said, yes, we can send him what we can, but no more, because we're on a tight budget. We got 2 more kids. So his poor judgment in not insuring his car to its fullest extent. Now, it was a mistaken judgment, and he totaled the car, and the best thing that came out of it, he was unharmed.
And I also, Your Honor, I had told him in the very beginning to make sure that he had full coverage on the first car, because usually kids wreck their first car.
Your Honor, I couldn't afford full coverage.
That's like we're not going to make a big first wedding. Thank you for your explanation.
Your Honor.
Can I tell you something, please?
Yeah.
Okay, his story is not completely true, because actually, I didn't buy my first car. My dad bought me my first car.
So you should have had insurance on it, is what
I
he's
did have
saying. But
insurance.
it's really not important. The important thing is whether I believe that she made a statement, and that statement was, I am going to give you 50, 100, 200, a specific amount, and in reliance upon that, you went out and purchased this car. I believe that what your mother said to you was, I'm going to help you. I'm going to send you $200 now, give you another $50 for your birthday, and I'm going to try to send you what I can every month.
She told
listen to me. That's what I find. That's my job. My job is to try to figure out what is logical.
Right. I'm just trying to.
Right.
They keep
And
saying that.
it also is very distressing to me that a child knows that. I mean, I don't think your mother probably has a whole bunch of money. Is that right?
Well, she bought 2 brand new cars.
I
She
don't
keeps
think
saying
that
they
that.
had, like,
Listen to me, sir.
financial
I work.
problems.
I
They just
work
got
hard.
tattoos. She just got tattoos like the other day. They say they have
Listen
no money.
to me. That's not your business.
It's not my business. But
You're
they keep
19 years
telling me-
old. It's not your business. All that is your business is, and one thing that you said to me that I can relate to is that I think you are angry with your mother because of some career choices that she's making that I certainly hope she rethinks. In any event, your lawsuit's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That's embarrassing if your mom's like on page 56 in Playboy.
I should be able to do whatever I want to do.
It really bothers me.
I think it's just going to be something he has to accept, and I hope that he'll still continue to love me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bowles versus Mitchell. Step forward, please.
24-year-old student Crystal Bowles is suing her former friend, 23-year-old waitress Tiffany Mitchell, for the return of a laptop computer. Tiffany says Crystal gave her the computer a year and a half ago.
Miss Bowles, Miss Mitchell was a friend of yours. You claim you loaned her a computer. She refuses to give it back. Miss Mitchell says it was a gift.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you known her?
I've known Tiffany since I was 10 years old, about 14 years.
Okay, so you've known her a long time.
Yes.
And when did you loan her this computer? Month and year?
February of 2001.
So a long time ago. And why did you loan her the computer?
She had enjoyed being on my desktop computer. I lived with her for a short period of time and...
Lived with her in her home?
Yes.
For how long?
30 days.
Were you between homes when you lived with her?
Yes.
Did she charge you rent?
Yes.
She did, for the 30 days? What did she charge you?
I believe it was $200.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. My boyfriend was the one that charged her.
Okay, so you lived there for 30 days. She enjoyed working on your computer, and?
And when I moved out, I agreed that she could use my laptop computer for $20 a month. I was still paying on the computer, and that was the minimum payment.
You'd bought the computer on time?
Yes.
How much was left on it when you moved out in February of 2001?
Around $500.
So you paid off the computer $20 a month?
Yes, that was my minimum payment.
Okay. Now, she had the computer for a long time.
Yes.
How come you wanted it back a year and a half later?
I started going to school again, and I'm taking 2 internet classes, and I need a laptop computer for the internet classes. Like when I'm not at home, I can just hook in.
Between February of 2001 and 2 months ago, had you ever asked for the computer back?
No.
Had you ever complained to her that she hadn't made the payments?
No.
So let's hear the story. She says you want the computer for your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
No. I need it for myself.
All right, Miss Mitchell. Let me hear your version of these events.
Okay. I received the computer, as she said, in February, and I haven't heard anything all the way until recently, 2 months ago. We were talking on the computer, and she says, I don't know how to say this, but my boyfriend needs the computer for school. He's taking classes. And I said, but I thought you gave it to me. She goes, well, I let you use it. And I was like, for a year and a half you let me use it? You didn't ask for it back since? And I was like, well, at least until I can get another computer, I'll give it back to you. But until then, I'm like, I pay payments on it to get the internet service, and plus it's kind of broke right now. It has duct tape all wrapped around it, and I told her that it's not really usable. It don't prop up or anything.
So, Miss Bowles, I'm going to ask you the question again. Do you need the computer, or does your boyfriend need the computer?
I need the computer.
Do you have a boyfriend who also needs a computer?
No.
Why would she say that she wrote her an email indicating, I don't know how to tell you this, but my boyfriend needs a computer? Why would she say that?
Because me and Tiffany are very close friends, and I was worried that she would get upset with me for asking for the computer back because I know how much she enjoys it.
Well, because you gave it to her. Yes, you did. Sure you did. When you left, you had another computer. Is that right?
Yes.
When you left, you had another computer, and you weren't using this laptop. You said, here, take this one. It's old, and I don't use it.
I'm a full-time college student, and I'm a single mother. I wish I had the abilities to give my friends laptops, but I don't.
You gave her one.
This is case number 39, Your Honor, on the calendar in the matter of Smith versus Bruffett.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Smith, it is your claim that the defendant defrauded you and leading you to believe that you were the father of her child. You want attorney's fees and all kinds of compensatory damages. Ms. Bruffett says that you knew all along that you were not the baby's biological father, and she is counterclaiming for harassment and other stuff. I assume that there was a time that two of you were in a relationship.
Yes.
When was that?
2001.
Are you asking me? I wasn't there.
No, it was in 2001.
And when was your daughter born?
My daughter was born January 7th, 2001.
Were you together at the time?
Yes.
Yes, we were.
I'm going to go to you. Your answer suggests that Mr. Smith was aware all along that he was not the child's biological father. I'm going to hear your explanation with regard to that.
Yes, he was, Your Honor. We had started dating briefly when we were working together in December.
December of 2000?
Of 99.
December of 99.
Yes. He had left Minneapolis and went to Chicago for what he said would be a brief period of time when we first started dating, in turn being quite a few months.
How many months?
He left towards the end of January of 2000. He did not return until close to the end of April of 2000.
Is that right?
No. Ain't no way Chrissy told me that that little girl was mine, and I signed.
Whether you went to Minneapolis.
No. I was working in Minnesota, so ain't no way I left.
Okay, keep going, Miss Bruffett.
My child was conceived at the very beginning of April by Matthew Moore. When he returned, it was the end of April. He had known of me and Matthew's relationship, but was
Don't tell me what he knew. Tell me what you said to him.
I had told him that I was in a relationship when he had came back from Chicago. Matthew, in turn, towards the end of May, had left and decided he was moving to Florida, and me and Tyrone had started dating again then. But he knew I told him that I was pregnant before he had came back from Chicago in a phone conversation.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am.
Doesn't sound right to me.
No, ma'am.
Keep going.
Okay. Up through the pregnancy, we were together, we were dating, all the way up and through my daughter was born. When my daughter was born, he had told me that throughout the whole time that he wanted to be a father to her. He would be that figure because Matthew was not going to return from Florida. Tyrone had told me that he wanted to be the one to step up to the plate. He would take care of her. We would be together. We had plans on being engaged or being married in the future. He had told me then that he didn't want his family to know he wasn't her father because they already did not approve of me and his relationship.
Yana, okay.
So at that point, we had decided that he was going to be her father figure. When she was born, I had told him that I wanted to leave the birth certificate blank in the case that Matthew were to ever return, and that was only fair. And he said that that wouldn't be viable to his family or mine. We argued back and forth about it.
How did this all play out then after 2001? That's what I want to know. Because right now, the child is 6 years old.
Exactly.
And so I want you to tell me, Mr. Smith, what happened 6 years later that brings you to court today?
Well, I was served papers for child support, and I hired myself a lawyer because I wanted
Who filed the petition for child support?
No,
He did, Your Honor.
she applied for welfare.
No, I didn't, Your Honor. I work full-time. I got papers in the mail being served that I was the defendant in a case regarding him taking me to court for visitation, and in turn meaning that he'd have to pay child support in our county in order to have visitation with my child. He brought the action, Your Honor. He is the plaintiff on both of these.
Well, there was a motion in Hennepin County for child support.
That was an action that he brought with
He brought an
visitation.
action for what? For child support? To pay child support?
In our
You
county,
brought
you
an
have
action
to.
to pay child support, sir?
No.
I never heard of that. I've been a judge for a very long time. See, Miss Bruffett, my problem is he's fighting the child support in this action.
Exactly.
He's fighting it. He doesn't want to pay it. He's saying, listen, I have no money left. You know, I have a 5-month-old baby. I live. Here's my rent. Here's my lease on my apartment. Here's what I earn.
Yep.
I can't afford to pay any more child support, so I don't get the fact that he petitioned the court for child support. Now, why do you keep looking for her, sir?
Ain't nobody looking for Chrissy.
You weren't looking for her?
No.
I have
For what
police reports
reason?
to that effect, Your Honor.
I'd like to see the police report, please. The only indication here that's interesting is he said he wanted to come over to see the child they have in common. And victim, that would be you, advised that he couldn't come over and that he's not supposed to be calling. So he said, I want to come over to see my daughter. And you said he couldn't. You didn't say it's not your daughter.
Ain't no way I called.
Shut.
Okay.
I do also have that actually in a court finding paper that when we were in court in front of a judge for this order for protection 2004, that I was very adamant through all of that she was not his child, and I just wanted him to leave me alone. That's all I've ever asked, is that he just leave us alone.
Sir, what I want to know is why you're here now in 2007 when in 2004 she clearly told you that you were not the father of this child.
Right.
She told you that.
Exactly.
3 years ago.
Yep.
What woke you up now?
What woke me up now was, I don't know, it took
Your
me,
Honor, he has been harassing me for 6.5 years. This is just another form. I'm sorry.
What woke me up, I don't know.
Well, why don't you say something to try to wake me up, sir? She told you at least 3 years ago. Listen to me. At least 3 years ago.
Right.
At least 3 years ago, she insisted before a judge that you are not the father of the child.
Why she didn't let that be known to the child support people then?
Listen, I don't see any of those papers. I mean, you don't have those papers. What you gave me were papers where, in the matter of the child, you are the plaintiff.
Exactly.
You're the plaintiff, not the county. You're the plaintiff.
Otherwise, Your Honor, he'd have papers to the effect of Hennepin County.
And that's July of 2006.
Exactly.
July 2006.
Listen, if you're going to agree with me once more, I'm going to throw you out and grant this petition. Do you understand? Okay. Good. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost too. You got me lost too.
Well, I'm kind of lost too. I mean, you were told by a judge 3 years ago that she says you're not the father of the child. And now you want attorney's fees and court costs and everything else for an attorney that you just hired 3 years later in order to get visitation and have a blood test done, and you want the blood test done. She told you weren't the father.
Yana, I had to hire that lawyer because I didn't have an address. I didn't know how to serve her
Your
her
Honor,
papers.
my address is private from him.
She put an order of protection on me, so ain't no way I can get her address.
Exactly.
What did you need her address for?
So she can get served her papers.
What
for my,
papers?
For,
I don't want to hear you. Don't you get it?
Visitation.
You know, I don't think that you're worried about him because you keep interrupting him. You know, if you were cowering and worried about him, as you indicate you are in your answer, then you wouldn't be freely contradicting him. Now, when was the last time, Miss Bruffett, that you alleged that Mr. Smith bothered you?
The last incident was the last job that I had to leave because of him when I filed for that last order for protection
Would you give
in
me the
2004.
date, please?
It was February of 2004.
Well, that's a long time ago. It's over. Put a period. Finished.
Yes.
Not a good idea, if I believe you, which I'm sort of on the fence about. Not a good idea to insert somebody else's name on a birth certificate that is not biologically related to a child. It confuses the child. Put your hand down. Do you understand?
I do.
Unfair.
I do.
Unfair. Look what happens. She go try to get a kidney from him. And what'll happen when she's 18? Ridiculous. Mr. Smith, you are finally free.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Thank you.
I am. I dodged the aunt.
And Miss Bruffett would really like you to leave her alone.
Been there, done that. Long time
And
ago.
I think that you're going to leave her alone.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. I got a wife and a son that needs me more than anybody, you know.
Your case is dismissed. It's over. Finished. Put a period. So is yours. Finished. Over. It's dismissed. Goodbye.
Thanks, John.
What is our excuse, sir? Stay here.
This is just, like I said, another form, another way to get at me, another way to find me, seek me out.
Ain't nobody thinking about a big... Come on, now.
I'm sure there'll be something else in the future.
For some attention.
I wish him the best. Hope he's happy with his new family.
Kind of sad because I didn't get the money that I had to pay for that lawyer.
Just leave me alone.
But it's all good.
For fraudulently representing himself as a divorce attorney. She is asking for the return of his fee.
Ms. Forsyth, it is your claim that the defendant fraudulently held himself out to be an attorney.
Yes, sir.
You gave him money in order to help you procure a divorce from your husband, and the papers were never properly filed, according to you. You want your money back.
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor says that he never told you he was a lawyer. He was trying to help you out and do you a favor, and he did everything that he was supposed to do, and you're entitled to no money back. How did you meet him?
Actually, I had seen one of his signs posted up on a telephone pole.
Can I see it, please?
During the time, I was being evicted, so I originally contacted him to help me with an eviction.
Okay, just a second. Shh. Is this your sign, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. So you called him, and did he help you?
Yes. Yes, the eviction went through just fine, just as he promised. And shortly after that, I had contacted him to assist me in my divorce. And he said he could help me out. He did family law.
Did he have an office that you went to previously?
I never went to the office, no. He always came and met me places.
How much did you pay him the first time?
The first time, I believe it was $375.
For the eviction?
For the eviction, yes.
Now, when you called him and told him that you'd had a family law problem, did he indicate to you that he did that sort of work?
Yeah.
What did he say?
On the business card that I had, it listed family law as one of his services.
Do you have a copy of the business card?
I don't have the original business card that he gave me, but I do have a copy.
I'd like to see it.
And it does state attorney at law.
Where did you get this copy from?
On my contract, that address right there, when I went there looking for him when I was trying to get my money back, the leasing manager there, she gave me the copy of that business card. But that's the exact same business card that I had.
You recognize this card?
No, Your Honor, I don't. No.
Is this a copy of your contract, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And, Your Honor, I do have...
Shh. This says it is understood by all parties that Inland Valley Legal Service staff members are not practicing attorneys at law.
Yes. I read that after the fact, and then I saw his card, and I said, well, to myself...
No, you don't have his card. You have something that you claim somebody else gave you, so you can throw that away. That's nonsense.
And Your Honor...
That's nonsense.
But I wanted to prove that he was also giving this business card to other people.
Listen to me. If you had the business card, that would be one thing.
I know.
But you don't.
I lost
it. And this is something that somebody else gave you.
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, if I may...
You may not. I'm not finished yet. All right. Now, so what you're telling me is you didn't read this before you signed it?
No, I did. And when I saw his business card that said attorney at law, I presumed, I know that is very wrong, but I presumed that he was the supervising attorney for Inland Valley Legal. And when I confronted him about what it says where his signature is at, the staff representative, why it didn't say attorney at law, he said it was a typographical error that his assistant made.
Your Honor, that's not true.
So, according to this, it says that you're signing on for these people, to paraphrase, to do all the paperwork for you, but they are not lawyers. You understand that they are not lawyers. They cannot represent you in court as lawyers. That you will be appearing pro se, which means yourself. Now, he was supposed to get papers together. Did he get the papers together for you?
He did, and he did not.
Just a second. Got the papers together for you.
Semi.
What do you mean semi? The only thing that wasn't done, according to what I read, was the fact that he prepared the papers for you if you're divorced, but your husband is in prison. Is that right? And that it's very difficult to serve someone in prison because you have to go through a whole process. You have to serve the warden of the prison, you have to serve the commissioner of corrections, all of that stuff. That's not something he was doing. That was something he told you to do. That's what he says.
No. That is something he told me to contact the prison, get the information where he needed to send it to, which I did. I told him that it needs to be sent to the litigation coordinator in the prison, and he sends me a proof of service by mail by the third time I went to court and said the first one didn't have the correct address on it, and the second one he had taken in there and wrote in there the rest of the information. And he said he was going to handle all of that for me.
Now I got it. So the problem was that the papers were never properly served on your husband.
Exactly.
And in order for you to be divorced, he has to be properly served.
Of course.
So now let us assume that if she didn't read these papers, that's her problem. That you've clearly made out in the papers that you are a staff representative. That's what it says, not the attorney in charge.
That's right.
She doesn't know how to read. That's not my problem. That's not your problem.
Exactly.
Okay. My problem is you undertook, and I believe her, to have these papers properly served on the defendant. You undertook to do that, at least on 2 separate occasions. What happened?
Well, by me not actually being an attorney during the divorce...
And I want you to understand something, sir. I'm smarter than she is. So if you're going to give me a lot of who shot John...
Oh, no, I'm going to make it very
brief. I'm
going to make it very
I'm going to
brief.
annihilate you.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? So don't try to smooth talk me like you can smooth talk them. it doesn't work. Okay. Right? I don't need anything from you, and I don't like you. Do you understand? Because I think that you take advantage of people.
Okay.
But let us see if you took advantage of this lady.
Okay.
Let's go. You tried to serve him once, and you had the wrong address, correct?
No, Your Honor.
Go.
When we went down to the court to file the documents for the divorce, I gave Miss Forsythe all of the copies of the documents in order for her to have her husband served because she informed me that he was incarcerated. I informed her that it would be impossible for me to serve him by him being incarcerated because the only person that would be able to go to the prison would be an actual attorney to see this man.
That's not true.
Well, that was my understanding.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be giving out legal advice, sir. That was your last mistake. That was your last mistake. That was legal advice that you just gave her without looking it up in the books. Because every jurisdiction has a provision for how prisoners are to be served. And you don't have to be his wife in order to serve him.
Exactly.
And you don't have to be his lawyer in order to serve him. That's what you have process service for, or you have proper service that can be done by mail. You may serve in person the commissioner of prisons. You may serve the warden of the prison. Do you understand, sir? So you gave her legal advice. And by giving her legal advice, you practiced law without a license. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Wasn't that simple? How much money did she pay you?
I believe she paid me a total of $325.
How much money did you pay her?
$425. You have the receipts.
$425.
Yes, ma'am.
$425. You have to give that back to her, sir, because by making that simple statement to her, here are the papers, you have to have him served because somebody has to go up there and serve him personally because I can't go up there. You gave her advice, and it was wrong advice. Just prepare the papers. That's what you're entitled to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $425.
Thank you.
338 on the calendar in the matter of Kaiser versus Garza. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Miss Kaiser, the defendant is your boyfriend's niece.
Correct.
Boyfriend?
Yes.
Niece.
Correct.
And it is your claim that she vandalized your car by keying it.
Correct.
According to you, Miss Garza, your uncle was highly inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't drive home from a club or a party that you were at?
That's correct.
So you and a friend decided to drive him home.
Yes, ma'am.
Where he was living with the plaintiff.
Yes, ma'am.
And what date was this? Do you remember?
We had went out on Thursday, it was July the 20th, and we left the club approximately at about 2:30 in the morning.
Were you with your uncle?
No, I was there with a friend, and we ran into him.
What made you think he was too drunk to drive home?
Because he was stumbling, and the guy from the door had taken his keys because he had parked right in front of the door.
So you volunteered to drive his car home?
That's correct.
What happened when you got to the house?
When we got to the house, Marianne had locked the door, and he was upset. We had to help him up the stairs. He started banging on the door. She came out. She started cursing and yelling that I had him out, and she was just saying all sorts of types of stuff. And we just helped him in the apartment. She kept telling us that we had to leave, and she was yelling at us. And my uncle was wanting us to stay there because he wanted us to drink another beer with him. And I was telling him...
That was the last thing you needed.
I was telling him that I had to go because I had to go home to my baby. And she was telling me to leave, and my uncle was persistent. And then they got into altercation. We proceeded towards the door. My friend opened the door. When she opened the door slammed because it was kind of windy outside. And she started cursing again. We were walking down the stairs. We just ignored her because she looked intoxicated herself. She was yelling at us down the stairs, and we just ignored her because she was making an idiot out of herself.
Okay. And you went home?
That's correct.
Okay. So your boyfriend went out that night?
Right.
Had he asked you to join him?
No.
Were you annoyed with him?
We were mad at each other at the time. So he decided to leave on his own, so he went.
And they came home?
They came home at approximately 2:35 in the morning.
Go ahead.
They stood at the door. When I opened the door, I said, "What are they doing here?" And he said, "Well, they're here to have a drink with me." And I said, "Well, they're not going to have a drink with you." She said, "Well, I had to drive him home." And I said, "Well, fine, thank you. Give me the keys." So I get the keys. They still step in. I stood by the door, and I told him, "You're not going to have another beer, so you might as well leave." Then I asked him, I said, "Who is this other girl?" He goes, "I don't know. It's her friend." And she goes, "My friend Lori." I said, "What are you doing bringing strangers home?" And then he goes, "Well,
you were wrong at that. You were wrong at that point.
And I asked him,
because you didn't know the story.
That she drove him home?
You didn't know the whole story. I mean, if she was with her friend, and they were leaving the club,
well, he was
drunk, and he was drunk, they weren't together.
Well, she had already told me.
Why are you being aggressive to her at all?
Because her and I do not communicate. She drove him home fine. I said, thank you, give me the keys. She gave them to me, and I said, you guys can go home. You're not going to have another beer.
Okay, go ahead. Well, she didn't
Not
say...
now.
No, listen to me, Ms. Kaiser. She didn't say she was going to have another beer. Your drunken boyfriend said...
She said he wants us to have another beer. I said, you're not going to have another beer. So I repeatedly asked him to leave again and again, and they still wouldn't. So then I started, getting upset. Yes, I did. Her friend Lori slams the door open, rushes down the stairs. She starts cursing me, and she goes after her, doing the same thing, too, downstairs. So I did it up here. I did it up here, too, yes. A few minutes later, I go try to move my truck from the back to the front, and I see them keying my truck. So I didn't say anything. I let them do it. I came back in, came to get him. He was out already.
You said that you saw them keying your truck? What were you going out to move your truck for at 2:30?
I was going to move it to the front.
Why?
Because I don't normally park it in the back. I always park it at the front. But there was no parking space at the time.
Yeah.
When they left, I saw that there was a space right there, so I went to go move my truck. And there they were.
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
I'm sorry?
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
At 3 o'clock in the morning, I just decided to go move it, and there they were. And it was a good thing I did. I saw them.
What did you see her do?
Writing all kinds of things on my truck. They were keying it, both of them.
Let me see the damage to the truck. You file a police report?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I'd like to see it, please.
One of her favorite words is on my truck, too.
Is this the only police report you have, Miss Kaiser?
Yes, ma'am.
And you spoke to somebody on the phone? Or
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
go there?
No, I spoke to them over the phone. She said, you might as well just give me everything over the phone because they're not going to do anything about it.
That's not true.
No, well, they were going to do the same procedure she was going to do with me over the phone.
The police would have done something about it, Miss Kaiser, if you had said to them on the phone, I saw who did the damage. But you didn't say that to the police.
Yes, I told them.
No, you didn't. I contacted Miss Kaiser by phone in reference to the criminal mischief. Victim 1, that's you, believes Miss Garza involved party 1 and an acquaintance may have done the listed damage to the vehicle while it was parked at the above location, but is not sure.
They did do these damages to my truck.
Victim 1 stated that there are some vulgar words keyed on the vehicle.
Knows. She knows that they did it.
That's not my question, Miss Kaiser. You give a police report. If you say to the police, my car was vandalized and I saw the perpetrators do it, then they write down perpetrator 1 keyed car, perpetrator 2 keyed car. I'm going to read to you again what the police department says you told them on the phone. Victim 1 believes Miss Garza and an acquaintance may have done the damage to her vehicle while it was parked at the above location, but is not sure.
I told them I know it was them.
You didn't tell them that you saw them do the damage, Miss
Yes, I did.
Kaiser. No, you didn't.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marianne Kaiser says her boyfriend's niece, Georgia Garza, keyed nasty slurs into the side of her truck.
Now, I'm not saying that they didn't do it. I want you to trust me. I'm not saying that they didn't do it. I'm saying that you just lied to me when you said you saw them do it. Because you didn't see them do it. You surmised that they did it because the car was in one condition when you parked it. It was in this condition the next day when you went out to look at it. Not at 3 o'clock in the morning, but the next day when you went out to look at it or when you went to drive it. And the only ones who had an opportunity, an inclination to do the damage was her.
Right.
And her friend.
They did it.
But, Miss Kaiser, I want you to try to pay attention. I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm saying you lied to me when you told me a moment ago that you saw them do it. Because if you saw them do it, that's what you would have told the police, and you didn't. You said you believe it was her, you believe it was her girlfriend, but you're not sure, which is why they didn't go out and arrest them. Now I'm going to get to you. You keyed her car.
No.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, honey, yes, you did.
Why would I key her car if I don't even talk to her? Let there be one idiot, not two. She was the one yelling at the top of her lungs.
Miss Garza, there isn't a question in my mind that you keyed her car. You and your girlfriend keyed her car because you were out at the club all night, probably had a couple of drinks. You left your baby home, so you had to rush home to your baby at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's normal. But here you did a good deed by driving your uncle home, and what you were met with was this lady who was being very unpleasant to you. Unpleasant, rude,
right?
No question. Threw you out of the house. You drove your uncle home. You went out of your way. She was nasty to your girlfriend. She was nasty to you. You got outside, and you keyed her car.
Your Honor, she works at a bar. It could have been anybody.
Could have been, but I'm telling you it wasn't. It was you. Let me see the damage. Can I see the bill to fix the car, please? Now, ordinarily, Miss Kaiser, I want to tell you something. I would throw you out. I want you to listen carefully. And so would most judges throw you out if you come into court and you don't tell the truth. They would say, I don't care whether your claim is a valid one or not. You come into court and you lie. I'm not going to entertain your case. But in this particular case, since I am 100% certain that she and her girlfriend caused the damage to your car, and since there also isn't a question in my mind that the police said to you, if you didn't see who actually did it, then you just surmise it's her. There's nothing that we can do, because that's what you told them. You figured if you came into court and said to me, I saw her, then you would have your car fixed. Don't go into court and lie. You lie to a judge once, usually you don't get a second chance. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What year truck is this?
It's a 94 Chevrolet.
So you have no insurance on the car?
Yes, I do, but I didn't go that route because I wanted her to pay.
Oh, no. What's your deductible on the car?
$500.
Good. Go that route. It may be a little more difficult for you. It may be a little more costly for you in the long run, but your lie's got to cost you something. So go have the car fixed. You got a $500 deductible, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Nobody likes her. She just wants to blame me and my friend.
They wouldn't leave, so.
She was the one making an idiot out of herself, not us.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gilbertson versus Johnson. Step forward, please.
33-year-old esthetician Vernita Gilbertson is suing former client, 42-year-old safety engineer Taryn Johnson, for unpaid house-sitting fees. Taryn says Vernita didn't do her job.
Miss Gilbertson, the defendant hired you to house/dog sit while she was on vacation. You made an arrangement. I think she was to be gone, according to your complaint, for 10 days.
Yes.
She was going to pay you $20 a day. It is your claim that you did your job. She came back from vacation and did not pay you.
Correct.
The defendant says you didn't do your job, so she's not going to pay you.
Okay.
How did you find this job?
Taryn was a client of mine at the wellness spa, and she came in for treatment, and we had talked about her going away on vacation with her mother, and I offered my services, and she agreed.
Were you supposed to stay at her home or just check on the home?
I was supposed to stay in the home.
What kind of a dog does she have?
Is her dachshunds?
Dachshunds, two of them.
Okay.
When was she leaving?
May 9th.
Did you stay in the house from the 9th until the 19th?
Excluding the 15th, which is the Tuesday. We were there. I took care of the dogs in the morning, and then in the evening we returned about 7 o'clock. And
Who's we?
My daughter and I. And then we decided to go into the jacuzzi about 9 o'clock. We invited 2 friends over. They came, and we went in the jacuzzi for about an hour. And then we decided to leave because there was all sorts of weird stuff going on. The TV went on by itself. The lights started flickering. I was like, that's it. We're out of here.
So what did you do?
We left. I made sure the dogs were secure. They had food, and then we left.
Did you stay there on the 16th?
Yes.
And the 17th?
I stayed until the 19th, until it was agreed upon.
So?
So, on the Wednesday morning following the night of the jacuzzi party and whatnot, I got a call from my neighbor right here, Don Sohegan, calling me, telling me that there had been a party in my property the night before that disturbed her as well as the neighbors on the other side of my house, and that she was awakened by my dogs crying outside the house approximately 2 a.m. that morning.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Dawn Sohegan. First of all, I had only seen her come to the house once. I get up early and I go
Well,
to
she
bed
had to
late.
have been there because the dogs would be dead after 10 days of not being
Right,
fed or
right.
walked.
But they're also on medication, and there's certain times of the day that she needs to be there, which she wasn't there at
7
those
and
times of
7.
the day.
Go ahead.
Then when the party happened, and it was a school night, a work night, what have you, and they're out carrying on in the jacuzzi, which it's late.
How many people did you see in the jacuzzi?
4.
So she is correct. There were 4 people.
And Judge, let me just add that I made it very clear that no one else was to be in the house because I have a swimming pool because of liability reasons.
Okay. What time did they finally leave the jacuzzi?
I really don't know that because I did go into my house and go to sleep.
What time?
I went to sleep a little after 10.
And then you didn't hear them anymore?
Not until about 1:30.
What happened at 1:30?
At 1:30, they had relocated the party inside the house, which her family room was right next to my bedroom window.
You mean the party of 4 people?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was awoken again at 1:30 in the morning. By 2 o'clock, they were leaving, but they left every single light on in the house, and the dogs were crying. They have a doggy door, but they were sitting on the steps crying and crying and crying.
So the next morning you called the defendant?
The next morning, I called her answering machine.
Did you contact the plaintiff at that time?
Yes, I contacted the plaintiff as well as my other friend, Paula Williams, who has a key to my home. She went to the house, and I don't know if Paula would like to indicate what happened when she went to the house.
You went to the house the next day on the 16th?
I went to Taryn's house on the Wednesday because I was so worried about the dogs. When I drove up, all the exterior lights were on. There were lights on everywhere in the house, and the dogs were running loose. The beds looked exactly as they normally do, and Taryn mixed them up. The blankets, pillows,
No,
sheets
she
hadn't
hasn't
been
clearly.
ruffled.
Miss Gilbertson had not slept there on the 15th. She said she did not sleep there.
No, it looked exactly like it does when Taryn makes up
We
the
didn't
bed.
sleep in the bedroom.
Just a second. The 2 dogs were there?
The 2 dogs were there running in the house.
And they appeared to be fed?
The dogs were fed. There was food and water there.
Okay. So, other than the fact that the lights were on in the house, the house looked okay?
The lights were on in the house, but the towels had not been used that day.
I didn't ask. Had not been used. I'm asking you, other
not
than the fact that
showering
the
then.
lights were on,
The lights were on.
the house was in, according to you, pristine condition.
No, she chewed the comforter.
Just a second.
It was in pristine condition.
Right. What you're saying to me was in such pristine condition, it's hard to imagine that anybody had slept there.
Correct.
Okay. I understand that. But the house was in pristine condition,
Yes,
the
it
dogs
was.
were okay.
Yes, they were.
Fine. What else?
I stayed at the house until 10 o'clock that night, and that's when Vernita and her daughter came.
Okay. Miss Johnson, did you tell Miss Gilbertson when you spoke to her after this party that she had on the 15th that you didn't want her to go back to the house?
No, because she had a key. I was afraid of what might happen.
You did not tell her not to go back.
That's correct.
Well, then you have to pay her.
She didn't complete the duties. I had to change she never brought my key. I had to change the locks.
I tried to contact
She left
you.
Just a second, just
the
a second.
dogs loose in the house. They shredded a comforter.
Listen, you were away for 10 days. You didn't fire her on the spot on the 15th. If you'd done that and said, listen, I'm outraged, I'm going to pay you up until the 15th. Don't bother to come back.
Well, why would I do? I put myself in danger. The woman had a key to my home.
She doesn't look dangerous to me.
I don't know her.
If you don't know her, then you don't give her a key to your house.
I don't know.
If you don't know her,
I didn't know at that point in time until she didn't do what she said she was going to do, and had people in the home. But I asked her for liability reasons not to have people in my home when I'm not there.
Listen to me. I don't disagree with you, but if you have an employee that you feel as if is not performing their job, then you pay them and you fire them. Now, if she had not done her job at all and didn't show up, and your dogs were in a state of dehydration, hadn't been fed, maybe we would have a story. But if you took 2 dogs to a kennel, it would have cost you more to take your dogs to a kennel where they would have been in a cage for 10 days as it was costing you to have a human being come to the house and on at least 9 out of the 10 days staying over at your house. 9 out of the 10 days because you could only establish that she was not there, sleeping there one night. So you have to pay her. Perhaps not for the one night that she didn't sleep there because you didn't do your job that one night.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's fine.
And I don't care about this weird ghost thing, you know. You're a big...
Hey, it's true that.
You're a big girl. Anyway, she owed you $200. I'm cutting that by 20 because you didn't sleep there. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $180. Thank you.
Parties are excused, you know.
Mr. Panett, you were at a party with the defendant. I assume she was a friend of yours, and it is your claim that she took your car without permission and wrecked it.
She didn't wreck it. She hit a curb and blew out a tire, and the transmission went out.
And Ms. Swartz says that she had an unfortunate accident and that she might clearly be responsible for replacing a tire, but certainly not the transmission, since she had your permission and this accident was clearly not her fault.
Well, she did not have my permission.
Good. So let's go back. When was this party that you had?
A couple of months ago, it was a Friday night. It was at my house, and
Listen, Mr. Panett, how old are you, sir?
23.
What do you do for a living?
I am a market analyst.
Ever been to court before, sir?
No, except for traffic tickets and...
Well, that's court. So, if you're a plaintiff and you have a claim, first thing you figure out is what date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the questions get harder after that, Mr. Panett. So, a couple of months ago on a Friday night isn't a date.
I believe the date was December 14th, Your Honor.
That's a date. Now, it was on December 14th, 2006. Where were you?
At my house.
Who else was there?
I don't know the exact names, but a bunch of my friends.
And what were you all doing?
Drinking, watching TV, listening to music.
Great. Having a good time. Being responsible.
Yes.
What happened next?
Well, I didn't keep track of everybody around that night. I went to bed maybe around 1 or 2, and the next morning, Stacy called me and said that my car was broken down. I said, you know, how could that be? It should be in front of my house. And she said she was in Sunrise, which is about 20 miles away.
Where do you live?
Downtown Sacramento.
Go ahead.
She said it was broken down. She explained to me that she had taken my car the night before and that it had broken down the night before and that she had spent the night and was calling me in the morning. And I was...
Spent the night where?
At one of her friend's house, I assume.
Okay.
And I explained to her that she had better get my car back to me.
What kind of car do you have?
It's a Nissan Sentra.
Year?
1997. And she said she would. We exchanged words. I was a little upset, and then I fell back asleep. I didn't get my car back until the next day. She had it towed back to my house. At first, she hadn't even told me that a tire had blown out. I did see that for myself when it came to my house. Then she explained that to me. I had not given her permission to drive the car, so I was very upset.
Okay. Don't repeat anything.
Okay.
I have other things to do. Are you finished?
She had told me that she would pay for all damages. She was very apologetic at first, and I felt, you know, like I would forgive her. I had it diagnosed, and she refused to pay it. She said she's not responsible
and when
for
you
that.
had it diagnosed, what was the bill?
It was $1,500, not
the bill?
$1,593.83. I'd originally said $1,600. It's I'd rounded when I looked at the receipt. It's actually $6.17 less than that.
Mr. Panett, how did you pay for this?
My father loaned me the money to pay for it, actually.
Did you pay for it in check or cash, sir?
I believe my father used his credit card to pay for it, and I had to pay my father back.
What's your father's name?
John Panett.
His phone number?
It's in my cell phone. I'm sorry.
Bird, would you please get his cell phone so that we can get the father's number, please? Thank you. And he's going to verify that he paid this bill, sir?
Yes,
when I
he
call
would.
him on the phone? Good. We're going to do that.
Okay.
In a minute.
Okay.
Now, I'll hear you, Miss Swartz.
On December 14th, I was hanging out at Kip's house, and I asked him if I could borrow his car to go over to Jessica's house.
Where does Jessica live?
A few blocks from his house.
And he said?
He said yes, he let me borrow it.
Good. So you understand, Miss Swartz,
That's a different place than she was. Excuse me, Your Honor.
You do understand, madam, that you did have limited authority to take his car to go to Jessica's house, which is a few blocks away. You understand that?
Yes. Yeah.
Now tell me what happened.
I drove over to Jessica's house and told her that I was using Kip's car, and she called me at 5 o'clock in the morning and woke me up.
At Jessica's house?
Yes. And told me she was drunk and stranded in Sunrise, so I didn't even think to call Kip and ask permission because he let me borrow his car. He knew I wasn't...
No, my dear.
He knew I wasn't going to bring it back until the morning, so I...
Darling!
Yes.
You get it now? You look as if you're smart enough to get where I'm going.
Yes, ma'am.
You went to pick up your friend in Sunrise. And how far is Sunrise from Jessica's house?
Approximately 20 miles.
20?
Miles.
Miles, not blocks. Miles. And it was coming back with her, this drunken friend of yours, that you had the accident.
Yes.
Now tell me about the accident.
I was just driving and I was coasting, so I was in neutral. And then I tried to put it into gear and it would not go into gear. And I went to park immediately and I hit the curb and popped the tire. That was probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
You must have hit the curb very hard.
Well, yes, it was hard enough to pop the tire. And I immediately changed the tire. And since it was about 5:30 in the morning, my friend that I picked up just walked to her house because we were about a block away. And I slept in the car. and called Kip about 9 o'clock in the morning to tell him that I was going to get his car towed back to him.
Let us assume that I believe you, that Mr. Panett said that you could borrow his car to go to Jessica's house, which is a few blocks away, to
Yes.
stay over. When you exceeded his permission by going 20 miles away the next day, you no longer had his permission. Do you understand that?
But he knew I was going to have it till the morning.
Don't tell me what he knew. He gave you permission, according to you, to drive it a few blocks. A few blocks is not 20 miles.
I have my witness here that saw him give me permission.
I just said, don't you have your listening ears on? I said, if I believe you, he gave you permission to take it a few blocks away. Once you took it 20 miles away, you no longer had permission.
Your Honor, he lets me borrow the car all the time.
That's not true.
Just a second. Where do you think you are?
Right here.
Where is here?
In this witness chair.
And until you stand up there, what are you supposed to do?
Listen to you.
Right. Once you exceeded the scope of the permission, you no longer had permission. That's the law. Do you understand it?
Yes.
So all I have to do is deal with the issue of damages. And for that, you're going to give me John's cell phone.
Yes, ma'am. Just let me power it up.
Power it up. John Panett, this is Judge Judy Scheindlin. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. Do you have a moment for just a couple of quick questions for me? I'm here, as you know, trying a case involving your son and this young woman who took his car without permission. Are you familiar with that? Okay. Did he ever ask you for any money to help him repair this car? When was that? 3 months ago. Do you remember how much it cost you, sir? Approximately. And did you use your credit card? Did he pay you back that money? I know, I have children. Did he tell you how it happened? That he needed a new transmission? Was he driving the car? Okay. Very good. And you used a credit card? Okay, great. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you taking the time. Bye-bye now. What a nice father you have, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And as a matter of fact, your father does remember helping you out and paying for this transmission a few months ago.
That's correct.
Do you know what he doesn't remember?
What?
He doesn't remember you paying him back.
Well, I owe him money pretty much all the time, and I am always paying him. So I'm in the process
that he doesn't remember. I mean, he does remember laying this money out for you, but he doesn't remember the fact that you paid him.
I have not fully paid him back, Your Honor. I apologize.
Well, how much have you paid him, sir?
Well, I owe him a total of quite a bit more than that. So I guess if you got down to that bill, I haven't paid him any because I'm paying him for things that I owe him.
Well, you have no objection to making the check payable to your father, do you?
No, not at all.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,593.83 to be made payable to John Panett. Thank you very much. That's all. I have a feeling it's advice time. Miss Loire, this used to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
And you also shared an apartment with him.
Yes.
You claim he owes you a whole bunch of money, dating back to 2005. You do know we're in 2007 now.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Tatum says he owes you nothing.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice-looking couple. How old are you?
21.
And you?
22.
And you moved in together when you were 19 and you were 20.
Correct.
Old enough to sign a contract?
Yes.
Definitely.
So you signed a lease together?
Multiple.
Multiple leases together?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not talking about all the leases you signed together. I'm talking about the last one after you moved out, because that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. And it is the plaintiff's claim that you moved out, you owed her rent, you damaged some of her property, and you loaned him money in 2005 for some car insurance. That you don't remember. Do you work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at a Japanese restaurant as a bartender.
And you?
I'm a student.
How do you support yourself?
Currently, my parents do, ma'am.
Have you ever supported yourself?
For the past 3 years, yes.
So you just went back to school?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing for the last 3 years?
I was selling cars.
Did you make a living at it?
Very much so.
Why did you decide to go back to school?
I made a life-changing mistake of driving under the influence and lost my license.
That's a reason.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you injure anybody?
No, ma'am.
How long is your license suspended for?
It's no longer suspended. I just can't be picked up by the insurance of a dealership. Therefore, I'm back in school.
Gotcha. Okay. That was life-changing.
Very much. Learned a life lesson.
So I'm going to give you both another one. Don't ever move in with somebody and sign a lease together. Single people who want to try living together should always get an apartment that each of them can afford separately. Isn't that a smart idea?
Absolutely.
So that if it doesn't work out, somebody says, this is my apartment, that was our agreement, you leave, I can pay the rent all by myself. Of course, I understand that by saying this, I will probably lose 40% of the cases that I try each year, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice for the purpose of the common good. Right?
You will not lose a single case.
You know, he says that because nobody's going to listen to me. But if they did listen, there's a certain wisdom in what I say.
Yes, it is.
That way, 2 people wouldn't be homeless, 2 people wouldn't have their credit in the toilet, 2 people would not have to go back to mama or whatever. You would be able to separate and say, it didn't work out. Okay. So you signed this lease together when?
In September of 2005.
And when did you move out, sir?
October 30th of 2005.
Are you still living in the apartment?
No, I'm not.
When did you move out?
February of 2006.
So you only stayed there for a couple of months?
I was there for 6 months.
November, December, January. You stayed till the end of February?
September to the end of
I'm not talking about September. He left in October. Did you pay October's rent?
Yes, ma'am.
No, he did not.
Well, I don't know that. How do I know that? 2 years ago. Let's talk about November, December, and January. 3 months that you lived there that he didn't.
Right.
Who lived with you there for those 3 months?
Nobody. I lived by myself. He refused to sign off the lease, so I was unable to.
You say there was somebody else living in the apartment?
Yes, ma'am. Her friend Tracy, who is also my friend, and her witness's friend moved in at the beginning of November.
How do you know that, sir?
Because I went over there and she was living there.
You went over there when?
To get the rest of my stuff at the beginning of November.
How do you know she was living there?
Because my friend was her boyfriend at the time and he was also going over there.
That's completely untrue.
Did she stay there?
She stayed there occasionally. If we would.
How occasionally?
A couple nights a week. If we went out, she'd stay over. But no, she did not pay rent. None of her things were there.
Well, you should have. How to pay rent? How many bedrooms in this apartment?
1.
Where did she sleep when she stayed over?
In my bed.
Sir?
Well, I don't think someone who stays 2 nights a week should have to pay rent.
Why not?
I guess.
Was it your agreement with him to move out?
I asked him to move out, yes, because
then
he
you
was
pay the rent.
not paying rent.
Then you pay the rent.
Well, he should have signed off the lease, which he refused to.
And what did you do?
I couldn't do anything. He wouldn't sign off the lease. He kept threatening to come back and get the copies of the keys so he could come in and...
Madam, where were you the last 2 years?
The last 2 years, I've had my own apartment and house, and I've working and going to school.
I mean, but where were you in the last 2 years? If you moved out in February of 2006, now we're talking about a year ago.
Yes.
Where were you in this last year?
I was trying to collect money from him, but...
But he weren't collecting. He didn't give you any money.
Exactly, I couldn't.
Well, then why didn't you sue him in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December? Why?
I was trying to be understanding of his situation with his car and everything like that, and he couldn't hold a job, so there's no way that he could give me any money.
What made you stop being understanding?
Well, because I'm just tired. It's ridiculous.
You lived in the apartment with sometimes Tracy? You pay the rent. What else?
He damaged my property, my couch, and stabbed my comforter.
Forget the comforter. I'm not interested in a 2-year-old comforter. How did he damage your couch?
He poured beer and dip spit all over it.
When?
On November 21st.
That's not true, ma'am.
You have a witness to that?
I do.
Go ahead.
On the day of November 21st, Desiree called me crying. I got over there. There was a gigantic hole in the wall when I walked in. The entire living room was trashed, stuff everywhere, food thrown around.
Where was he?
He was nowhere to be found.
Well, so you didn't see him do anything?
He was there
that morning.
Just a second. You didn't see him do anything?
No, I didn't see him do anything, but the people that had stayed the night prior to that had seen him come over in the morning.
Goodbye. Thank you. you have that Mr. Tatum was the cause of any damage to your property?
Well, because he called me screaming after he did it.
What did he say?
I can't believe you had those guys stay the night.
What guys is he talking about?
We had been drinking at my apartment. I had friends stay the night.
How many friends?
2. They had slept on the couch. And that's when he came over that morning to get his things.
Yes.
And he freaked out.
How do you know that?
Well, because they told me they were there. And then he came in with a tire iron and hit the wall.
What?
And poured everything on my couch.
You have absolutely no proof that he did any of that.
I
And
took
if you have
pictures.
2 friends that you allowed to sleep at your house after they were drinking who witnessed him do it.
They didn't witness him do it. They witnessed him come in and make a scene, and then they left, and then he came back after that. He told me. I talked to him on the phone afterwards.
Did you ever acknowledge to her
No,
that
ma'am.
you destroyed her property?
No, ma'am.
Time to move on. Time to move on and get over it. Do you understand?
Yes.
This is a court, not nonsense. Case is dismissed. That's all.